Hey, Russell. Good evening, everybody. Tuesday the 12th at the PM. East Coast, Russell, Brenda. Welcome, welcome. We'll see who joins us. Yeah, I don't know what time he gets home, but usually sometimes from 5:30, I think Justin gets in. Yeah, I'm sure Brenda is watching the tropical forecast pretty well. Pretty good, right, Brenda? Jason, welcome, welcome.
All right. Good to see you, Paul.
Good to see you too, my friend.
What's new?
Just chilly days, We're heading
Oh,
into
yeah.
winter, and the older you get, Jason, the less I like winter.
That's funny. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, it's supposed to be winter here. I don't mind the cold when it's supposed to be cold, but it was like 72 degrees this morning. I'm wearing a t-shirt right now,
Yeah,
or short sleeves ananyway.
yeah.
It's
When I
crazy.
when I was when I was younger, Jason, I used to snow ski, snowmobile, all that kind of stuff. No,
Heck yeah.
that was a lifetime ago in my mind.
Yeah, right. You know what? Yeah, come think about it. I haven't done it. You know what I do on the winter now? I play Fortnite now.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
so you're a Fortniter.
Heck yeah. At least, until I get bored of it, you know, and who knows when that'll happen.
Well,
I'm actually headed out to
I've
NASA
also
Langley.
found, Jason, the older I get, the less technological I am.
Yeah. What's going on with my Bluetooth here?
Hey, Joe, how's it go?
What's up? What's up, Jason? Sir?
Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Dreary day. Raining. It's dark as it could be at nighttime.
Yeah, nearly for me also.
Yeah, Johnny
Yeah,
called me a little while ago and he said, wasn't supposed to rain today, was it? I said, no, it wasn't. We're
Nanya,
gonna get
right.
storms tomorrow.
Nanya Business is just checking in at 5:03.
Nice. How you doing, chat? Good to see you. I can't see who's in the chat because I'm driving, obviously.
East Coast is here.
Yeah.
Brenda Sunstar. You got Nunya. You got East Coast, I said, didn't I? Yep. Russell Garham.
None yet. That's awesome. So I'm doing a drone thing tomorrow.
Oh, you are?
I am, but I'm not flying them. I'm actually headed out to NASA. I got picked up to participate in an experiment.
Wow.
That's drone related. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this.
What are they gonna do? Mount props on your feet and in your hands and launch you or
Yeah.
what?
There you go.
Not that cool, but you know, if they I mean, first time for me to work with them, you know, and they may say, "Hey, we want to put you into other experiments with, you know, that's drone related," because they're looking for specifically for Part 107 dudes out here. And so I'm like, "Heck yeah, dude!" And of course, when you're, you know,
I've often thought that it must just a pipe dream, a dream of them technologically having some way to have gloves that you have props on them, you know, and feet you have props on them, and a backpack that powers it and everything, and you just go right up like a quadcopter, you know, a human quadcopter.
that would be awesome. That would be pretty darn awesome. Kind of like Iron Man.
Like the gadget.
Yeah, Inspector Gadget, Joe said. But you know what? In this world, I may not see it in my lifetime, but they'll come up with some way because they've got those guys with the backpacks that are floating around and whatever. But you'd think that they'd come up with some kind of a way just to put some gloves on and something on your legs or whatever, rotors, and just take off and levitate.
Yep. It's already been invented, though. You know that. It's at Area 53.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just saying. And that's next to Area 61.
Yeah.
So Joe, the
Yep.
weather hasn't been cooperating down there, huh?
Oh, it's terrible. It's just misty. Got like a mist to it. But it's like if I turn off my light, it's like it's dark outside.
Yeah. Well, it's getting dark here.
Well, it shouldn't be dark yet here. Got about another hour and a half. But it's like ridiculous. But we're supposed to have a cold front come through tomorrow. And that's supposed to mess up. It's supposed to be rain all day. And hopefully Thursday and Friday will clear up. Because I don't feel like shooting a game Friday night in the rain.
Well, how is that latest storm? Is it hooking around or what's it going to do?
Oh, the latest one's not until like the 15th or 16th. No, longer than that. That other one that was in the Gulf's going down to Mexico. That one's done.
Okay.
But there's another one coming in. It's going to go right across Florida as of yesterday. Go right across Orlando again. Let me look at it. I have never seen storms this late in the season that I remember.
Yeah, right.
It's only let me get 96 hours out, so it's not enough time. Just let it update.
Is it pretty warm down there too?
We're 70 degrees.
Dang. But that's normal though, yeah, for this time of the year.
No, we're usually in the low 60s.
Yeah.
We're above normal right now.
Yeah, we are above normal
90
right now also.
Yeah, 92% humidity.
It is right now 59 degrees outside, but it doesn't even feel like it. Granted, the wind's not blowing, and it's uncannily warm.
Well, you've got two choices. You're going to happen in the next couple of days. You're going to follow the UK and go downhill very fast, or you're going to go the opposite way.
This is something Nunya wanted to share with you guys.
No, I don't want to see it. Sorry, Eddie.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's a jetpack race, I guess.
Those are skydiving helmets too.
There they are.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty
those are cool.
Back in 5.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, none you put that link in the chat for everybody. So David, how you doing?
He said he'd be back in 5 minutes.
Okay.
So Mark,
Hi, Paul, Joe,
Hey, Mark. Hey, David.
Jason.
Captain.
Captain Joe. So you're headed home, I take it?
Yes, I am. It's a good day.
Now, how far is it from
Okay.
work to home?
Distance wise, as the crow flies, or my mileage is 9 miles home.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, 9
Because
miles, and then I think
there's
it's
people that
8.6
live
to
in
work.
my town that drive to Detroit to go to work, and it's 45 miles each way.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, and of course, with traffic, right? I mean, I remember sitting in traffic growing up. We live, you know, sometimes it takes 10 minutes for my mom to get to work in New York City, and sometimes it took 3 hours depending on the traffic. And if you're taking the Hudson River Parkway or the Bronx or the Expressway on the east side, it just depended. East River.
Yeah,
And so it's
only
ridiculous. But
I only work
Yeah.
3.5 miles away from home. It took me
nice.
11 minutes to get there on my bike.
Nice.
well, I wasted my time this morning.
Oh yeah.
I got a new battery backup system for the computer. So when I got up this morning, I shut everything down, pulled everything loose, got underneath there, started to load everything back up. And the configuration, the way the plugs go in, won't work for me.
Huh.
It's stupid because the plugs I have to put in it,
They're all close
It's
together.
well, everything's close together, but the ones I have to put in it, like the one I have right now, it all fits flat, so it actually fits the way you could put them in outside. On the outside, hanging out,
Mhm.
Oh,
it's a little square one. The other one I bought was a big tower because I wanted to get a better one,
right.
but it just won't work. So I went looking on Home Depot at every one they had, and I'm gonna wind up getting the one I bought today was a 1,000 instead of a 650, and it's gonna have the plugs the way I need them, and it's gonna mount to my desk again. So I'll just suck it up and get that
Nice.
one. Now that means I got two of them sitting over here. I got to bring back.
I thought the one you bought that arrived today was a 1,500.
Yeah, it was 1,500, but they don't. But all of the towers, the way the configuration is, it just is not going to work because some of my plugs aren't just plugs. It's got the little long piece to them, so it's got to be. They got to stick away from it. They can't go up and down. I tried all kind of ways to try to figure a way to do it, and it wouldn't work.
Do you not try using an extension lead with multiple sockets on it?
Yeah, that's the other way I was going to do it. I was going to go ahead and just put an extension on it and plug one of them into it. I
Yeah.
thought about it. And I said, you know what? The hell with it.
Hmm.
I'll save money the other way. I'll save money the other way. And it'll be right back where it was, and it should work better.
Right on.
So Jason,
Yeah, I
is
thought
this a
about it.
busy week for you? I know you got the NASA thing tomorrow.
Yes, I had a STEM this morning. I mean, we had Veterans Day off, of course, but I spent the majority of that in the ER. I got stung by bees, like a
Oh,
swarm of them. Yeah. And this was on Sunday, and I was like, oh, I want to see if my body can fight it off, you know? And so I didn't take an epinephrine. I just took a Benadryl, and I had a shot, and I am allergic, but I didn't feel my throat swelling or anything. So I was like, all right, cool. It's not. I'm okay. And then next, you know, it's like my hands started to swell. I woke up the next day thinking, well, the night before I go, maybe I should just go to the ER now. I said, we'll just sleep it
Yeah.
off. We'll see. I'll be better. But my hand was swelled up, my arm all the way to my elbow, because I got hit here, 1, 2, 3, here on my side.
Wow.
And I was like, all right. I woke up. I said, honey, I'm going to the ER. And she's like, what? I said, let me see. She's like, holy crap, you're an idiot.
So what,
Yeah.
so what you're saying basically is you're lucky you woke up.
Yeah, for one. Number two, you know, other lesson learned for one is, yeah, I mean, their doctor was mad at me. He's like, dude, we give you epinephrine, you know, shot thingy thing.
Yeah.
Use it. I mean, you're not freaking 20 years old where you can get stung by bees and
My dad used
resilient.
to
You're not as durable.
My dad, when he was outside doing work, he got to the point
Yep.
where he was carrying an epinephrine shot with him.
Yeah, right.
Stop.
Yeah, I got hit at like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, right? And I was like, I kept on working outside. I was like, if it gets worse,
No,
then I'll go
no.
in and take a shot. But not anymore. So, because
Was like
I could have not woken up. You know, my wife was, poor her, she stayed awake until the next morning, make sure I didn't, you know, die.
Yeah, 'cause you gotta stop breathing real quick.
Yeah. And so, but I didn't. So at a minimum, I know that I'm resilient for at least 20,
said
you know,
no.
24.
Go.
You know,
And bees are the worst because that barb stays stuck in and it keeps
Yep.
pumping poison even if you kill the bee.
Now, when you say
I'm pretty
your
sure they're
wife was,
still in there.
Yeah, when you
They
said your
could
wife was
be.
looking out over you, yeah, did she have a piece of paper in her hand and just keep glancing at it?
What?
When your wife
Did she have
was
a piece of
looking over the top, looking over you, making sure you didn't die, did she have a piece of paper with some writing on it? You just keep glancing at it.
Oh, that's funny. No, she's just watching. She was on watch. Jason Death Watch.
Oh,
Well, at least she had something to read. She was reading your last will and testament.
Yeah, right. I'm prepared. Hey, I'm prepared. I got a bunch of life insurance. I'll bring it back.
Say it was a life insurance documents, not a one, not a will.
Oh yeah, life insurance documents. Will, I mean, you got to prepare for these things. Talk to your estate planning attorney or your financial advisor. Get your affairs in order. You know, because you don't want to be doing it at the last minute. Even for my young clients, when I was doing the financial planning dealio thing years ago, I would encourage them to have all that stuff set up because you could die tomorrow. All right,
Oh,
fellas, I
yeah.
just pulled into the driveway. Maybe I'll try to get on in a little bit when I get
Okay,
up on my
buddy.
computer. All right, see you in a
Thanks
few,
for
fellas.
coming in
Later.
early. It's getting dark
Heck
there.
yeah,
too.
guys. Yeah, I'm in my driveway now.
Okay.
like my doctor says about the nitroglycerin tablets. He's like, give them to you, use them.
What, throw them against the wall so they explode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put it this way. I got a little container. I carry them with me, right? And I just checked them because I know I've been using them over the last couple of weeks. And it holds 8 of them. I had 2 left in them.
My luck would have been a package of 6, and I'd had taken 6 already, and I needed them, and they're not there.
Mm.
That's the kind of luck I would have.
Well, I had 2 left in the container. What gets me is they always come round. And they come now, the new ones come with different shape.
Oh, by
They
the
don't
way,
fit the
Paul,
same.
you've not pinned the link again.
But my thing holds 8 of them. And I've used 6 of them since I filled it last. Actually, it looks like it holds 9.
By the
No,
way,
it holds
Mark,
8.
there's no point talking to Paul. It's just a chair.
Yeah, I guessed that. couldn't see it, but I guessed it.
Yeah, my computer's going to keep playing up. Laura sent you an attachment.
They want something bigger this year. A Spandau reunion.
Ten, 14. I bought a pack of pork chops yesterday over at Sam's, like $18, right? They had 16 pork chops in it.
Oh God,
That's pretty good.
it is. Last time I got pork chops, all right, admittedly they were nearly 3/4 of an inch thick, but
Can't share that clip yet that Laura just sent me.
2 of them cost me a tenner.
Yeah, these things about a little more than a half inch, about a half inch thick. They were
Mm.
nice. I cooked up 2 of them today. I put them in the skillet, and I put some soy sauce up in there, a little bit of butter, some ginger, a little bit of garlic seasoning, and it's got rosemary and all kind of stuff in it. And then I put a little, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, and kind of got it to saute it that way instead of frying them up,
Mm-hmm.
and covered it so it would make like a sauce. And when
Yeah.
it's sauced up, it cooked pretty good. And then I took it off, and then I started kind of basting it, and it gave it like a glaze. And boy, it was good. One of them was good. Got another one in there.
Mm-hmm.
I figured it goes with the jambalaya. It's real good. Oh, hey. I said pork chop, and Lucas over here like, where is it at?
Where it at? Where it at?
Yeah. Oh,
You ready for another pork chop?
I bought a pork joint that was, I think, £3 in weight the other day, and that was £9.99, so £10, and that was nice.
Need to take-
A few thick
Give me
slices,
that tail.
a few thick slices on a muffin.
I'm trying to decide what I want to do for Thanksgiving, because I always cook a turkey, no matter if I go somewhere or not. Then I take that turkey and bag it all up, and I'll cut the breast in half, put 2 breasts in the freezer, so I'll have it for later. I'm probably gonna do it again.
Mm. We don't have Thanksgiving, so it don't matter to us, really. I mean, I've got a whole chicken in the freezer, and I've got a duck leg.
That's a point. I saw a one-legged duck earlier.
Now do I? This has been in my freezer for months.
So Laura sent me a video, and it's about all the boy bands getting back together. And one of the groups, he goes, well, one of our members won't come back. And he goes, well, can we use a hologram? He goes, no, you have to be dead for that. And he went, but you can do what we did in the early 2010s. We can merge 2 bands like we did with Matt Busted. Yeah. And then he was Simply Something. And then the last one was Diarrhea. Dire Straits and Chris Rea. is this hard drive taking so long? All that for that. You're taking the piss.
19th.
Fuck's sake. Something tells me I should not have gone into the hard drive.
Mhm.
It's an old hard drive from an old computer, but it used to be Hannah's old computer.
Mhm.
And she had a game called Dress Up Obama. Dude. Why is there a picture of Santa Claus showing his ass? Guessing that was Sims 2. Right, can I get out of this section? Go back to that one.
Yeah, I'm looking at 174 hours out. That's November 20th. And that sucker is in the Gulf of Mexico. Looks like it's going to be a category 2. At least. And it's right under Pensacola, Florida, but at the tip of Florida at the bottom. So I'm waiting for it's propagating that thing. It's getting new times in. It's going to make, because of the cold front coming down, it's going to make that turn. So it's going to go across Florida. So Florida is going to get hit again.
I told you this last week. Told you it was going to hit up Florida. You know, everyone was like, no, it
Yeah.
won't.
Well, that
I
other
also
one you were
told
talking about, that
everybody-
one's gone. That one's gone. There's another one.
Well, you guys need to just pack it in with these storms.
Yeah. The
Because
one you were
they,
talking about is Raphael. This is going to be the next name.
Oh, God, Donatello's here.
Hey, there's another one about to hit Spain as well.
Another one about to hit Spain.
Yeah,
You mean more flooding?
another storm. Yeah.
Yep. I wouldn't worry about that. Worry about the one that's about to hit us.
So it's probably going to be November 22nd. It's going to hit Tampa area. It's Friday a week, 2 weeks, a week. Week from Friday.
We've got one of your storms that's gone up past Iceland and it's gone round and it's coming back down, but it's coming down through the North Sea. So from Saturday onwards, it's going to drop very, very quickly in temperature. Talking daytime temperatures of -1. And snow in November. I love it when people get rid of hard drives. What version of WinRAR?
God, I haven't used that for about 25 years.
We'll stop.
WinRAR.
Doing
It's
it.
better than WinZip. And the last one, I've done that one. Come on. Yep, this hard drive can be destroyed by Yeah.
The only thing I managed to do, moving that big power unit under my desk, is hurt my back.
Get one with wheels on it.
I needed one. Yeah, the thing weighs like 30 pounds, and I was laying sideways when I pulled it. I felt my back kind of tense up. So it's sore.
Something tells me this hard drive's got a serious problem. You know, you always get little sections called the healthy drive recovery and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Well, this one's got 5.
Hmm.
Why does it need 5 healthy recoveries? How the fuck am I going to get rid of them?
There you go, Brenda. That's on the 20th, Wednesday the 20th,
You get rid of them by reformatting it.
right there.
Apparently not. So deleted the
Try
other
Try doing a defrag on it first.
Yeah, I think it's
Yep.
gonna have to be
Right over Florida.
Alf. Fix it. Right. Trying some software.
Not good.
Programs. No, 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 no. They don't put the fucking programs in order. You're gonna go fucking down them all. Mini tool. That's the one. Mini tool partition. You know,
Move, please.
I hope I'm doing the right drive here.
Oh,
Here, recovery. No, I want to format the darn thing.
Well, the scenes of crimes office came round this evening and picked the cartridge that was on the floor outside my garage door when they broke into it, which makes it look like they dropped it. So they're going to put that through the DNA database and see if they know who it is. And then the police are coming again tomorrow to get a statement off me.
Administration tools, computer management.
And then I've got to get in touch with the insurance because it looks like I might need a new garage door.
Basic disk. New simple volume. Format. Next. Just get on with it. For fuck's sake. Click. Gotta go to the click.
I guess Paul went to fly that ship, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't hear him say that, and I looked up. I'm host, so
Yeah, I didn't hear it was going either.
Yes, he definitely said he was going.
It must have been while I was logging on to Zoom then.
No, you stood. You said he was talking. I know. Right, so I've inherited 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hard drives. Yeah.
Yeah, 6 hard drives, but how big are they?
2 TB, 1.5 TB, 1.5 TB,
no.
640 gig. Don't ask me why. And a SSD of 1.2 gig per TB.
I've
Again,
got
don't ask me why.
I've got a 640 gigabyte drive where it's a portable one.
No, these will probably come out of portable
No,
hard drives.
no.
I have 2 other hard drives down there, but I
Go
don't
get
know
it
how to
yourself.
check the software on them.
I don't know why they picked 640 gigabytes.
Now for hard drive number 7.
Except
8
for
and
the
9. 8 and 9 are going to stay as they are. So
It's
the
20
the old
times.
IDE cables. I hear rummaging in the other room. What's going on? She's got snacks. I'll be back. What was snacking on? Oh, bollocks. Ollie back. Where's the cable?
Get your own, Cleo. She won't eat it out the dish because you knocked the dish sideways.
Yeah.
Why you knock that dish sideways?
Yeah, sometimes precious kind of that. Put the food in a bowl, put the bowl down, and she stands there and looks at it, and then looks at you and says, "There's something missing," and she won't eat it until I get a slice of boiled ham out of the fridge and put that on top of it.
Well, she got the bowl sideways, so she don't want to touch it because she's afraid it's going to fall and make noise. But Loki goes over there, and if it's getting low to the bottom, he'll hit it sideways and knock it to one group so he can eat it from there.
Mm.
Stop knocking that dish sideways. So I just flipped it over so it's all on the floor. She's eating it off the floor. She don't even like her dish anymore. She'll get by it, and if a tag touches it, she's done.
Huh.
Never been that way.
I don't know if I've ever said this before, but Laura's an absolute plonker.
I can tell you what I'm snacking on. Well, you probably guess what I'm snacking on, and you'll tell me.
Merriman.
No.
Oh, it's not what she's snacking on. She's turned the computer to Windows 11. Which means now, when she has a problem with it and she goes, "David," I'll be like, "Nope, don't touch Windows 11. Sorry."
Another packet of tuck cheese sandwiches.
Oh, yeah, you go, Justin, will you? Look forward to seeing him come over here.
Hmm?
Apparently, Laura's going to go to Justin for computer advice. Don't think she liked a computer. Remember, he told Welsh Rob to delete System 32. And he did. Granted, he was joking. But Welsh Rob didn't know that. Oh, bollocks. Oh, I hate when this happens. The default microphone has changed, has it? Oh, nice. Why? Oh, I want it. Fuck's sake. On. Right. Wish me luck. Boom.
See, we got Black Friday sales everywhere already.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Bloody
Black
Bloody Americans and their stupid ideas.
I agree. I'm totally with you.
Yeah, Morrison's idea of a Black Friday sale is 4 luxury Christmas mince pies for £2.
This is what pisses me off with Microsoft. They've changed Windows now, so when you plug a new hard drive in,
Mhm.
you have to go into computer management and give it a fucking letter. You know, just left it as it was. You plug it in, it popped up, done.
That isn't why Paul isn't recognizing his Neo, is it?
Could be. All they're doing is trying to force people over to fucking Windows 11. Kiss my ass, I know the back routes. Oh, here we go. 465.76 GB online. Yeah, so why are you not going to let it then? Make partition active. It is active. Change letter. Can't change letter. Why can't I change letter? Oh, you're not doing this to me again, are you?
Try picking a letter you've not already used.
No, I've got a feeling it's gonna want a fucking password. It's invisible.
Hmm.
Not the shit.
You mean you don't use admin?
Why is it not showing up? I had this problem last week. Pissed me off. Yeah, I bought a portable hard drive from CEX and he didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I had to delete the volume and re-fucking install it. I don't want to do that.
Got another ship. Look. Look at this. So he must still be there, but the second ship was back to back. There's his truck. I don't see his truck.
I think he's gone to Tim Hortons for Boston creams and coffee, and he's trying to con us by putting a video on from the ship she did this morning.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's what it is. Well, he's sitting in the other room.
Yeah.
Hard drive's not getting enough power. No, that's bullshit. Fuck off, Google. Try a different cable. What about you?
He'll come back and I'm gonna shut it down.
If anybody comes back, go, right, let's call it.
Yeah. Oh, shoot, I'm gonna make him host again. Let him worry about it.
Every time I touch something, my keeps changing my microphone. It keeps going, your microphone's been changed to default.
Listen to me. No. No.
That was suggested.
Listen to me. No. About what's okay.
That's MMC has detected an error in snapping.
Right here.
It is recommended that you shut down and restart MMC. What the fuck's sake?
Stop talking.
The hell's
You just
MMC?
ate your dish. I know you had those
Microsoft
drinks.
Management. Oh, fuck off.
And you can wait. In a little while, I'm gonna get that other pork chop.
Here we go again.
That's the ship I wanted to get, but it got dark too fast.
Ah.
I got the one ahead of it, which is not as nice as that one, but it is what it is.
We thought you might be doing both of them. And then we
And you
thought,
didn't get any Tim Hortons either.
yeah, then we thought you might.
Mia was here. She was pissed.
Yeah.
Because I left on a dead run.
Then we were wondering whether you'd put a video player attached to that TV and you were just playing something from this morning and you'd buggered off for a coffee and some Boston creams.
I feel guilty every time I leave you guys and because you know, I mean, it's my channel, but I just you got to get a ship when you can get a ship. You know what I mean?
Oh,
You
yeah.
should- You should feel guilty, Paul. You keep leaving me with these two.
Yeah.
Well, I think they probably treated you okay, didn't they?
No, they
Hell
didn't
no.
me. Oh,
Just ignored it because it's been waffling on.
We probably treated him better than Laura did.
well, that's not odd. Just say hello.
Oh man. Well, let's see how the first one turned out. I'm gonna pop it in and show you guys. Because it was pretty dark.
It didn't look dark on the telly. Their camera must be quite good.
Oh yeah,
It
they
looked-
got really expensive
Yeah.
equipment on it. On
Yeah, it looked dark because you can see the lights real good on the tug.
Mm.
Low-key. Low-key. Okay, stop. Stop.
Oh man, was it cold down there? Oh, I had a summer coat on again, but
Uh-huh.
I do have not mittens, but they're like the little garden gloves, you know, the brown ones you can buy.
Yeah.
And I have the thumbs and the forefingers snipped out of them.
All right.
But boy, my hands are cold.
You wait till next week.
You think it's going to be a cold winter?
Oh, yeah. And then around the 20th, I was looking at that storm that's gonna go towards Florida.
Yeah,
Around the 20th, you're gonna have snow all over your area.
really.
Boy, today seems like a Thursday or Wednesday.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's only Tuesday.
I don't know.
Okay, can you guys see that?
Yeah, it's only Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yep, we can see it. Wasn't that
Uh-huh.
dark?
Well, I got it set up to like 1.5, so usually I fly it up 0.3.
Oh, the exposure.
Yeah.
Shoot, I thought you were getting ready to kiss the ship.
Well, you know what I did? I couldn't figure out how to do that other thing, so I turned all my sensors off. There's the barge pushing the tug pushing the barge. Articulated tug barge, it's called. As you can see, it's getting pretty dark out there.
Yeah.
After sunset for sure.
And if you'd had a Neo, you'd have been through. You got in that dark area, it would have been where it wanted to go.
How does the Neo do in low light?
Doesn't.
Doesn't it all, huh?
Yeah, that low light would have went flying all over the place.
Yeah, it does not like low light at all.
Well, it had to be from yesterday.
Weather.
I just felt something. You know how a piece of popcorn, the shell will get between your teeth?
Yeah.
You know how you feel it? I just licked the top with it where my it just did that too. And it felt like a piece of that little flaky shell. And I moved it and it came out. It's a little piece of clear. That had to be excess glue they didn't get out.
Yep. Just must have glue fell in your mouth. Yep.
Man, this was in my gum. They must have realized it. It just came out the gum line. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But she was telling the aide, the little tech, they said, "What glue you want?" And she says, "Get the pink one." And I looked at her and I said, "It's November. Pink was last month." And she goes, "It doesn't dry pink."
Then you didn't stay long, huh?
Justin, come on.
Echo, what's the weather?
Jason got home.
In Droylsden, it's 4 degrees Celsius with mostly clear
That new
skies.
tooth though feels fun.
Darker than hell out right now, and it's 5:55 p.m.
Below 2 degrees.
Yep. That new crown, it is so smooth.
Really?
It feels so funny.
Yeah. No, it's 4 degrees now, and it's going down to 2 degrees.
So according to this, the hard drive is 100% used.
Uh-huh.
You can't have the information on it. Well, that's not fair.
Is that because it was written?
I've got a feeling you might use it on a Mac.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I don't care anymore. Yes, I want to quit the program. Yes, I want to fucking kick you off. Yes, I want to delete the whole volume. Come on, fuck off. Bye. What is going to come back there and say, no, you can't, you don't have permission to do this.
Well, just load a Mac emulator on your PC.
Too late, delete the volume now. Just hope he doesn't want the hard drive back. Yeah, that hard drive has got all the important files on it. Ah, crap. Well, it gets better. I've got another one here. I've just found.
Bitcoin hit $90,000 today.
Sucker.
That doesn't bother me. I ain't got them.
Well, you remember way back when, who was buying Bitcoins up, way back,
And I think Tim's got a couple on it.
Sheldon.
Tim was.
Yeah.
He was buying them at $2 or $3.
I think it was Sheldon.
Sheldon and Leonard bought some, but he lost the hard drive that they were on.
Then Stuart got it and copied over it.
Right, can you guys hear me again?
Yeah.
Yep.
Good. Plugged in the hard drive and it freaking it started. It sounded like a freaking airplane kicking in, and then it decided to mute my sounds and my microphone.
Wow.
Ah, this one's been used on Windows. I don't have to give it a new drive. When you got one. Okay, then. So, 76 gigs of bollock. Delete. Reformat. Done. Hmm? Computer gave it the letter I for the hard drive, and then it was the computer that did it, Windows 10, and it went, nope, you can't have iDrive. Right. 1, 2. And new hard drive. Eject.
So Joe, what have you been up to? Anything other than you got teeth fixed and
Just kicking back, relaxing. Like I said, I tried to hook up that stuff this morning, that power thing.
oh yeah?
I picked it up, it was like 30 pounds, got it under my desk, took everything apart, went to plug it in, and the way the configuration is on my plugs, and the plugs on the back of it won't work.
No
I
go,
can't get
huh?
all the plug. I'd have to do an extension to it to make it work. And I don't want to do that. I want to be direct into it. So I wound up boxing it back up. It's got to go back. Then I went and looking through Home Depot, all the ones they had. Had to get one similar to what I have. It's got to have the plugs. When you look at them, they got to be facing out. They can't be facing down.
Yeah, so it plugs in sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah, my little power station I've got, the plug goes in sideways.
Yeah. So what I did is I went and found, I've got a 650 on it, in it now. I found the 1000. So it's going to give me a little more battery power. And it was about $60 cheaper than the other one. So I got 2 to bring back and 1 coming in, I think on the 14th. Be shipped to me.
Well, David,
it's just-
the other question I had for you, David, was how did you make out with your print you had screwed up?
It's done.
And did you find your tooth?
Yes. The Hoover
What
had it.
tooth? You lost a tooth?
Yeah, when I had two blackouts yesterday, and I've not had anything to eat for since yesterday. Well, I went to bite into a sandwich. I was like, that feels a bit weird. Checked, so my freaking tooth's gone.
Wow.
So when I blacked out and hit the floor the first time, probably because I sort of went over, crashed 2 bird food tubs and the Hoover. Smashed my head on the floor.
Wow.
And you can admit it. You know Laura punched you.
Laura punched him out, huh?
Yeah, she said, he turned around and said, pack it in, and up, there went.
Yeah, Laura went packing in, Joe. Or it might have been
Hey,
shut
Johnny.
up, Joe.
I'm not listening. Johnny's in the chat. Justin's in the chat. But
Yeah, he's not man enough to come on here.
yeah. He's above us. Hot Rod said he's gonna finish eating and come on.
Good.
Oh, then we can talk about drones.
I think I'm gonna break down and take that sight that I put on that new pistol off and send it back. Because
Why,
I
you
like
don't
it, but no, I'd like it. But then I'm gonna see what happens Black Friday. That's what I'm waiting on.
Oh,
Because
see,
Black Friday, if the other brand that has a solar powered one is relatively the same price, I'd rather have that one. It works off of solar powered. And if it doesn't have the solar power can't pick it up, then the battery works.
you are. So it's actually got a solar panel on the site.
On the top.
Yeah. I suppose they used to do that with calculators. They used to have little solar panels.
Christ. Now you're going back in time. All right.
Oh, no, I remember the calculator when they first came out.
All that for that. Ugh.
In the mid-70s. I got my first calculator in the mid-70s, and all it would do was add, subtract, multiply, and divide.
That's all you need.
And I don't need any of them. I can do all them in my head.
Yeah. Yeah. So my editor sends me a text. He says, just checking in with my store photographer to make sure he's good for Friday at the Sid. I said, yeah, I guess. He said, what a gentleman, a true Marine. Yeah, I guess. Johnny put up his Christmas tree.
Oh, did he? Good for him.
He said he was bored. Mine's been up, Johnny, for like 3 years.
Mine too.
Mine's been in the attic for 5 years.
I'm actually thinking, because I got a little 4-foot with a little aluminum. I'm thinking about getting a 6-foot aluminum because it'll fit right there in the same place and it'll fit right where it's at. So I'm thinking about getting a 6-foot aluminum and putting it in the corner.
6 foot what?
Aluminum Christmas tree.
Why would you want a glowing Christmas tree?
It looks better.
Why don't you just get a radioactive one instead of aluminum?
I can see the aluminum tree through the picture window.
You'll be able to see it from fucking miles away if it's aluminum.
When I was growing up, that's what my parents always had in the front window where I got my tree was an aluminum tree that used to be
No,
on the
it
thing
didn't.
that turned.
And it had the lights that change colors.
Yep.
You mean fiber optic tinsel?
No, it means an aluminium tree.
It's like silver tinsel tree, you know?
Yes, it's tinsel. It's not even aluminium.
No,
Not
it's
even
usually,
aluminum.
it's usually
Tinsel.
steel with what's
Yeah,
that?
steel with little thin
green-
pieces of plastic
Yeah.
twined in it. I would hate to be the fucker that have to make them trees.
Then you got the fireplace decked out with all the little stockings and everything.
What a guy. Mr. Christmas.
We're gonna call him Johnny Christmas.
Gonna call him Johnny Poor. He keeps buying drones.
He hasn't bought one in a while. Let me find this thing.
As
Anyone want to
if
buy
I
a
should
hard
be
drive?
talking. As if I should be talking since I've built 4 drones.
Yep.
Gave
Now, are you
one
just
away.
building them for yourself or are you building them for other people?
So far 3 of them are for me, and I gave one away. I gave one to Maddie for all the help that he gave me in the beginning.
I'm getting very tempted now to buy the Neo with the goggles N3.
Can you see all right through the goggles?
Well, I'll be able to see where I'm going. I probably won't be able to read any of the data on it, but I'll be able to see.
That's my Christmas tree.
Oh boy.
It's a bit
It's
big.
been over there for 3 years, the same place.
Yeah,
Beginning to
one,
look
it's
a lot
oversized.
like
2, it needs
Christmas.
taking down. And 3, put it in the bin.
No,
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Every place Captain Joe goes.
Everywhere I freaking go, pack it in.
let me find the other tree I used to put up.
Christmas
Not
is
even Thanksgiving, and we're already doing this.
You can't, Rob. This is disgraceful behaviour.
It's all right.
Yellow.
It's nearly Christmas. Cadbury's cream eggs will be in the shops soon.
You can still buy them anyway.
Yeah, probably.
Had a little problem yesterday.
Little problems are no problems.
Let's just say it bent a prop.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, there's an interesting story how it got bent, though.
You hit a tree, didn't you?
No,
A
not at
lamppost,
all. Not at
fence.
all. No, it didn't. Well, it hit the
He's not gonna
ground.
admit- he's
You
not
hit
gonna admit
TJ,
it.
didn't you?
No, that would have been fun. I would have done that intentionally. Um, so, I had ordered these straps from AliExpress for battery straps, trying to match colors. And this is my 3-inch drone that is ungodly fast. I'm flying around, and the next thing I know, the thing is like all over the place and kind of falling down. And so I disarm. I was out in the middle of the soccer field, which they had the fence locked up. So I had to climb the fence, go over. And as I'm walking towards it, I see something on the ground that's red. And I'm like, oh, the one TPU part came off. And as I got closer, I went, nope, that's not the TPU part. What it turned out to be was the red battery strap. So apparently the strap broke kind of in midair. Good news is the battery on that one's on the bottom, so it kind of drugged the drone down instead of like falling off and whacking the props and all kinds of even more bad things happening. Um, and hit the ground. Good news is the only damage was the prop. So that was good. Because I like that drone.
Okay.
That drone is stupid fast. That little 3-inch is every bit as fast as my 5-inch Nazgul. I know I tested it yesterday.
That's
I
the tree I
was-
used to put up for years, right there.
It's a good size.
I used to leave that right there all the time because it comes out the box, plugs in. My sister
Mhm.
gave that to me years ago, and it looks like a little Who fan, looked like a Who Christmas tree. Only thing I didn't have was a Grinch.
I've
I
got
used to set it like that. And then I put it away at the end of the year.
I've got one that's a perfect size. You don't even need to fold it up. It's only 6 inches tall.
And then I ended up having problems with my 5-inch build because I was going to put a PID tune on it. So I had it connected in. I was like, okay, let me update the ESCs to Blue Jay from Behili S. And when I armed the drone, the damn thing tipped over and the motors kind of went max speed. Obviously, I shut it off. Ended up
Andrew,
chipping a motor. Took it over, put it in the grass, did the same thing, and it dug itself into the ground. And I'm like, okay, let me go back and kind of undo these settings. Went back and tried it the third time, and it dug itself into the ground again when I armed it. Of course, I was prepared the second and third time to like disarm in a split second. And anyways, took the props off, put it back into beta flight. I put it in beta flight. Then I looked at the ESC configurator and I discovered what the problem was. The problem was when I updated the firmware on the ESCs, it changed the motor direction. One of them needed to be reversed. So what was happening was when it armed, the drone was tipping over, so the other 3 motors were trying to level it back out. And
Oh,
they
yeah,
would just
problem the other as well.
they just maxed the motors just went to max. It's kind of like instantly on arming because of the thing tipping over like that. So, anyways, then when I got it home, it wasn't working quite right, and I'm like, oh shit, I fried the ESC. So I ordered another ESC, thinking that I had fried the ESC. Anyways, I got it back out today and plugged it back in, and it was still kind of acting weird. So I had taken it from Blue Jay back to Bell Healy on the firmware, trying to reverse everything I had done to try to figure out what I had screwed up. But anyway, so I put it back on Bell Healy, and then all of a sudden the motors were working again.
Huh.
Or I put it back on Blue Jay. On Bell Healy, the motors were acting weird. Put it back on Blue Jay, and then all of a sudden it was working. So it's like when I updated it back to Bell Healy, that part of the Blue Jay code was still in there or something. I don't know. I didn't do it as a full. I don't think it does it as a full race. I should have figured out how to do it as a full race. That's probably what kind of screwed me. Anyways, got it all back and working. Get the pid tune in, took it out, flew it. It flies. So didn't ended up not breaking anything. But there's a lesson that Maddie has reminded me of many times. If it flies, don't mess with it.
Mm-hmm.
You're more likely to break it or screw something up.
Send it your way. Yes.
So lesson learned.
It's all part of the process, right?
I learned one more. I learned one more thing.
Then it don't.
Look at motor directions before you update
Forecast
ESCs.
of tomorrow in Port Huron. Look for intermittent clouds with a high of 51 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 40.
Of course, if I'd done it Maddie's way and Ken Hoffhour's way, place it here, I would have just reversed the wires in the first place, and none of those settings would have mattered because the wires would have been right. So I wouldn't have had that issue. But I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it my way. I want to do it the way the software will allow me to do it. It just got me in trouble. The good news is I didn't end up breaking it. So, yay. I'd been having troubles that the lights on top of the damn drone, the two light bars, weren't doing what I had set up. So in trying to figure out what was the right way to update the ESCs on that board today, I had forgotten that Speedy Bee has a boot button on the board. Its main purpose is so that you can put the thing in DFU mode to update the firmware, but it also acts as a button for the LED when you're powered up. And so it will swap it between Betaflight LED and the board LED. So I think the button got hit, and that's why my lights aren't acting the way I was expecting them to. So I need to plug the drone back in, long press that button, and then hopefully, voila, my LEDs will, on top of the drone, will be doing what I want them to do.
So what does DFU stand for? Don't fuck up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the bootloader mode for the chip. That's basically what it is. So
Something file uploader.
yeah, probably. So anyways, I flew, how many batteries did I fly yesterday? 8, 12, about 20 batteries, give or take. I even took my little drone and I was kind of dancing around in the trees, in the tree limbs, which I hadn't done before. First time I tried, I clipped a twig and went down. After that, I was okay. I should pull that video up. It's kind of cute. I'm just doing circles around this tree, going through the limbs. And who was complaining about we'd be talking about drones? Talk about something else. Actually, there's something that I wish Trump would do that is similar to what JFK did. It's something that we need to take on. No, 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 no,
No,
no.
not die. I
Not
said
that.
resign.
Not that.
Oh, I thought
No.
you said die.
It's a bit
That would have
extreme.
that would have been Nixon.
Paul, I may not like him, but I don't want that to happen to him.
So, you know, Kennedy was the
Right.
one that gave the whole vision, we're going to go to the moon and da 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 da, and kind of threw the force of the government behind making all that happen, right? So it really kind of irritates me when they all talk about clean energy and it's like, oh, solar and wind and da 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 da, da. And it's like, you know what we really need to do? And this would be the best, well, for the world and make lots of our power issues all go away. And that is throw everything that we got at making fusion happen a lot sooner. The sooner we get fusion power plants online, the sooner all this clean environment crap happens.
Well, they're getting a lot closer to cold fusion, aren't they?
Well, not cold fusion, but fusion. They're nowhere near close on cold fusion.
Yeah.
But the sooner we get fusion power online, which is 100% safe because of what it is, we'll have virtually limitless power that we can use.
Guess what? I'm going back to 2007.
We're all going to start driving DeLoreans.
Maybe.
Yeah.
21 point what gigawatts?
I've just found a copy of Windows Vista.
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 Eh?
Stop talking American.
It's Vista.
Shoot, look at this thing.
Windows 3.1 on DVD.
Check out this one. That's 6.5 foot. It's
No,
got
pack it in.
250 color changing LED lights. So you can do all the different color changes on them. You know? 6.5 foot.
Joel,
Is at Walmart. Guess how much?
I don't know.
$39.
What?
Joel, could you put me in touch with one of your neighbors, please?
I might buy it.
Well, maybe you should
I might
install
send the Grinch
Vista.
round and destroy your tree.
Maybe you should
They got
install
'em here.
Vista, Dave.
Well, you could always buy it and just put it up for the dogs.
Now, I'll take that one down, put the other one right there. It'll take up the whole corner. And then it's white. I could change it during the season. I can make it a Mardi Gras tree and everything else.
What, you mean-
Vista was not a bad operating system.
A Mardi Gras tree, is that the one where you chop the top foot off and say it's topless?
No, you just put purple, green, and gold on it. I got to measure that. If I could fit 6.5 foot right there, I might do it.
Why, how are your ceilings? Ours are about 8 foot.
Yeah, but I've got a standards on top. It's on top of an end table, glass end table.
Uh-huh.
And I don't want it on the ground. I'd want it up on an end table. So I've got to have 6.5 feet. For $39, jeez. Might go get it tomorrow. They got them here, right here down the street.
So what are you going to do with the Vista, Dave?
I've got a clue, yeah.
It was not a bad OS.
I'm just going to wait for Laura to go out and put it on her computer. Replace that Windows 11 that she's just installed.
Lots of people ragged on Vista. They all liked 7 better, but they didn't exactly like 7 in the beginning either. But the problem with Vista was not Vista. The problem with Vista was this. Not a lot of people outside the industry know this. and that is Vista was the first OS that supported WDM, Windows Driver Model 1.0 was the driver model in Vista. So a lot of the hardware guys, instead of rewriting their Windows XP drivers to actually support WDM, they took their Windows XP and tried putting wrapper code around it to half-assed make it work with Vista, which is why Vista had so many problems with a lot of the hardware.
I just found Windows
When
2000.
when Windows 7 came around, by then most of the vendors had finally gotten around to actually rewrite their freaking drivers, which was Windows WDM 1.1 in Windows 7. So, and 7 was better. Imagine that. We obviously made some changes to make it better too. The smaller microkernel, all that kind of stuff that we did as well. But
What do you rate of Windows 2000? Because I've got a copy of that.
2000 was killer OS. That was NT 5.0. First version of NT with the Windows 95 interface. Or no, NT 4.0 had it. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up in my years. There was a beta for NT 3.5.1 of the Chicago interface, which was NT 4.0. Been around too long. But yes, Windows 2000 was great.
Something tells me I'm not going to be able to sell that.
The funny one is Windows XP. Everybody looks back and goes, "Oh, XP, XP, XP." That was at the end of XP's life. XP had two lives. The one prior to Service Pack 2, which everybody hated, and then the one after Service Pack 2 that then everybody liked. But that was the XP was where Bill Gates stopped all development in the company and put every developer through security training.
Windows ME.
ME was a good OS. One little challenge with ME. It ran great on the hardware it came on. If you upgraded, yeah, your hardware may not have run so great. But if you bought a machine with ME on it, ME was actually pretty nice. It was a pretty efficient version of Windows 95. It was just it was a hardware hog, and some of the older hardware didn't support it, and those that upgraded whined about it, and that's why it got the reputation that it did. But if you had a new machine that it came on, ME ran great. You have to remember back in those days, you kind of had to upgrade hardware to upgrade OSs because of all the stuff that was being added in. It's kind of the problem that Google has gotten into with Android. So damn big now that it's not. Takes a good chunk of hardware to run. They all hit that stage at some point where they have so many features in them that adding new shit just means add new hardware. And like I told you, David, go ahead, keep complaining about Windows 11. That's okay. It'll make our dev guy. It'll make our dev guys think about it and do it better. Although the good news is for you, David, Windows 12 is coming.
Yeah, but it's going to be like Windows 11, isn't it?
No.
Well, more AI.
Mm,
You know what?
probably.
If they just left control panel alone, right, and allowed me to have my menu bar at the top of the screen, not in the center, not in an Apple format, right, just how Windows always been, I'll be fine. I'll move up. Until then, no.
Well, the menu part is easy. There's so many third-party apps that allow you to do
Yeah,
whatever with the menu.
I'm not really one for doing.
I'm just saying, you can make it do anything. You can make it look like anything you want it to look like. Make it look like Windows 95 if you want to.
What's up, Lloyd?
Hey.
Bring them to a homeless shelter or something.
Hey, Lloyd.
Hey,
Give it to this guy.
I had to go to yesterday's show to find the link to get in here. I didn't know if it changed or not.
He hasn't pinned it. Oh, I was gonna
He didn't
tell.
pin it.
Hey, Paul, pin it.
Okay.
It's up top.
It's there. You just didn't pin it.
I want to
What?
25.
You have to scroll all the way back. Eventually, you
Yeah.
won't be able to scroll that far back.
Yeah. All right, where are we at? Oops.
So, anyways, Mark, I think we should make it a national priority to work on fusion. They talk about cleaning up the environment and everything else. Great. Invest in fusion. We'll have all the clean power we need. Virtually virtually limitless.
Now, what did I do?
But then we have problem number 2. And I presume you guys over in England have the exact same problem. And that is not enough distribution lines to actually move it around.
Yeah, we've got enough distribution on our
And your grid, that's one of the problems we have.
national grid. Yeah,
We don't, our
Hey, Lloyd,
our
how's it
backbone of
going?
our grid can't hold enough.
Going good. I'm actually using Zoom Workplace right now to in this because I went ahead and signed up for it after the show this morning. I thought, yep, I'm going to do that, and I canceled out my StreamYards.
Ah,
So,
great.
so I'm going.
Dominic.
hi Dominic.
I'm in here for half an hour between 2 gigs that I've got.
with the what?
2 gigs. Appointments.
Oh.
Between appointments.
I thought you were talking about computer memory. 2 gigs. I'm gonna say you're selling yourself a little short there. You should be
Only 2
terabytes,
gigs.
not
2
gigs.
terabytes then. Okay, I'm in between 2 terabytes then.
So Lloyd, what's been new with anything?
You what?
Anything been new with you today?
No, I went out to the cemetery and visited Judy out there for a little bit, and then
Oh yeah.
had to do some shopping. You know, I try to get out there once a week to see her. So, and
Well, that's nice of you.
yeah, well, it's only like about 15 minutes away. It's over the next little town over, but and you know, and I did that. Went and did some shopping, picked up some junk food that I didn't need, but I wanted anyways.
Well, Joe does that every day.
Yeah,
No.
I picked up
Lloyd,
some.
Lloyd, do you eat jambalaya?
No,
That's
No,
Joe's
not if-
favorite. Jambalaya.
not if I can keep from it. Let's put it that way.
hi Jim.
Yeah.
Although at Christmas time every year for the last I don't know, 4 or 5 years, we've had lowland boils, which is just, you know, yeah, it's you know, it's just shrimp, Bossa sausage, you know, summer sausage, whatever. Corn on the cob and quartered potatoes, unskinned, and then you boil them all up. You put the shrimp in the very last, because otherwise you'd have gummy shrimp. But and you use a Cajun seasoning in it. Buy these packets we drop in there, and it stinks up the house. But then we just take and drain it and dump it out on a big butcher paper here at the table, and everybody helps themselves to it. You know, puts it on their plate, and it's really good.
Awesome.
But out in Georgia, where my son, when he was living out there, they call them lowland boils, but it's just a shrimp boil or Cajun boil or whatever. So. I don't know what we're doing this year. I told the boys they're taking care of Christmas this year. I've done it for the last 43 years. The last 43 Christmases, they can start doing it now. So. So what exciting things have you done today, Paul? You're muted.
Yeah, he's muted. Oh, he's lost his.
Just the usual. Let's see what I do. I did several things today. One, from going to get 2 big bags of peanuts for my little buddies to got Mia an appointment to get her nails trimmed, to
start.
I did a ship this morning. I just got done doing a ship now.
Okay.
So it keeps me on the run.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Now, Joe, Rod is the man with does all the helicoptering.
No, FPV.
What did you do any FPV today?
A couple of test flights to check my drones that screwed up yesterday.
Joe hasn't been able to fly for a couple of days because the weather hasn't been good.
Just today. Tomorrow will be the second day.
Hey, Brenda. Hello, Lance.
Yeah, I need to bring up the. Let's see.
Hi, Lance, Brenda.
Okay.
What TVs? No.
Trying to learn all these idiosyncrasies here of all this stuff that goes with this Zoom workplace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's all crap.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay. Well, then I won't worry about it.
It's me. Basically marketing. If you're using it for YouTube, you won't use half of the stuff.
Yeah.
Different other stuff.
Well, I'm using it as a virtual camera anyway. It's the only reason I got it, you know.
You use it as a virtual camera.
Well, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to be using it for my YouTube streams. I'm using OBS. I'm going to use OBS as a virtual camera. There we go. I haven't had a nap today, so I'm not thinking.
Well, Zoom is really easy to put your own background on.
Yeah. I played around with it right after I downloaded it. Just messing with it for a little bit. Set up set up my stream for Monday, so it's ready to go.
Okay.
You know.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you've got a photograph of your what's it? Your picture that you've got at the beginning of your stream, you can even
Right.
load that on and put just that as a background behind you.
Yeah.
I use XSplit. Then I don't have to worry about the other software. It handles it all. It becomes the camera.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you?
They also have a broadcast, which is how I ran across that company in the first place. I forget what their broadcast thing is called.
The only thing with Zoom and backgrounds is if you try and pick something up and show it on camera, it just disappears.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They all have that problem.
Mm.
Oh, like that. I could blur my background like that.
Mm.
Yep.
Okay. There we go.
You can upload any photograph you want onto your
Yeah, there's
background.
all kinds of stuff you
And
can
you
do
can
with
also
that,
do
too.
video backgrounds too.
Oh, really? Okay.
There. I changed mine. Here, I'll change it again. These are some of them I
Like
have
that.
set.
There's an example of a video background.
Oh, okay.
Uninvented.
Yeah.
Uninvited.
There. I had my head in the way. And my
Yeah.
head's right where the video is.
Right. You had the drone on your mind.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's my hot rod.
Zoom
That's not my hot rod.
Oh,
That's
I was
actually
gonna
my
say, is that yours?
it's my uncle's.
Zoom works really well on the phone.
All
as
right.
well.
We need to have words with your brother.
There you go, Lloyd's
Fucking
doing
Robson and Jerome.
There we go.
Waves.
No, you don't.
Actually.
Pack it in. Nobody loves Robson and Jerome.
I like
Yes, I know. I've got to send him a picture tomorrow. I've already talked to him about it.
The fishing series was pretty good.
Yeah. What's this about? An avatar. I'm scared to see what that is.
I ain't dealing with the other one. You're not having it.
Oh, I see. Video filters. What is that? No,
That's weird coming down
I
behind
know.
you, Dominic.
I just went up and then down
Yeah.
just to give people an idea.
You can't feel it.
Yeah, that's weird.
Or,
Mr. Bean.
You notice how the eyes actually follow you? Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed. When I raise my eyebrows, yeah.
And the little mouth opens and closes as you talk. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's just a little too weird. Yeah. I think I'll go back to this. Let's see, virtual background. Let's see.
That Dominic's got one too.
yeah.
Dominic, you should
Oh,
know better.
yeah.
You've had it long enough.
Oh, for God's sake. Is all that writing backwards on your screens as well?
I'm retired. I don't have to. I don't want to. I can't make.
Actually,
Oh, the old DVD player's coming out tomorrow.
What are you gonna do with the?
What are you
old
going to watch on the
player?
DVD?
Oh, Laura's brother gave me a load of DVDs.
Oh,
There's a lot of old classics like Short Circuit.
never heard of them.
Short Circuit. It's a good film.
Yeah.
You've got to
It is a
see
good
Short
film.
Circuit.
Lloyd, have you ever heard of Short Circuit?
the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
5 five is alive.
Five Alive. Yep.
Yep. It's a cute movie.
That's too young for me.
Oh, it was.
You know, I like the Doris Day movies and
No. Well, yeah.
It was the 1980s.
Yeah, it was. Don't. And probably the main reason I remember is because my kids watched it. You know,
okay.
it was. You know, it's popular when I had kids at home still.
No disassemble.
I think I'm just gonna blur my background, be done with it like that.
Hmm.
Don't you just hate when you had hold of a case and you put it down and it's disappeared? You can only have been here.
Oh, I stopped off at one store today and they were playing Christmas music and like, oh my God, really?
Oh, no, they're not
Mm.
de-thawing Mariah Carey already, are they?
Oh, it's been going since the 1st of November. Black Friday, Christmas songs. Back off.
Yeah. It was like the problem was is they were playing some, I don't know, almost a modern rendition of something. I'm going, the words sound familiar, but I don't recognize that damn tune at all.
There's Andrew.
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 Little Britain
back.
on PSP. CEX will give me 1 pence. Be well worth the visit, won't it?
Hmm. He's back.
Paul, did you forget to copy the link?
No, it's at the chat.
Yeah, but it's not pinned.
I went up and pinned
Yeah,
it
it is.
again.
It's pinned
Yeah,
now.
you can see
It's
it.
pinned.
Oh,
Yeah,
I guess I didn't know.
Wasn't pinned earlier.
Yeah, it wasn't earlier because I couldn't find it. I went to
Paul,
yesterday.
Paul, just ignore them. They're just causing you havoc.
Mm.
They're winding you up. Pack it in, Andrew.
Yeah,
Now it's linked. Now it's pinned.
Andrew, turn around, face the door, think about what you've done.
Yeah, I told you ages ago it wasn't pinned. Unfortunately, you weren't there. You were.
Yeah,
Do
you
it.
didn't tell him. No, you told him chair.
Yeah, I told you, chair.
You look a little black there, Mark.
Hey,
Your square looks a little black. Like Lord's hat.
Yeah, and boy, what is it with this hat?
It's a nice hat, Lloyd.
Yeah, it's I got it from it's Red Cat
Ranger?
Racing. It's they're one of the builders of RC cars ready to run. And
Were you racing?
no, it's RC cars. And
Yeah. Were you racing them?
I don't race, I do rock crawling, but you know, wherever I can find decent place to do that at. There was one place up here in the northern part of the state. They had a big rock crawl up there, and all RC cars. And I tell you what, there's this little kid. I thought what was going on because I saw his dad standing there and holding his controller, and I actually thought, oh, wasn't that cute? Dad's, doing the crawling, but he's letting his boy play with an extra controller. Well, I was mistaken. It was the little boy about 6 years old that was doing the rock crawling. And Dad had his GoPro underneath it and was filming it. So yeah, it was. And I mean, that little scudder. I mean, he almost had to be helped up the side of the mountain because that's what they did. Went up the side of a hill.
Is he big enough to do that?
He was just barely, but yeah, he was. Matter of fact, he placed. Yeah, that's the thing about
wow,
crawling with the RC cars, is that kids it's a family thing, and there's a bunch of kids out there doing it. They were doing better than some of the men.
Isn't that sad, Rod?
Mm-hmm.
But
So,
but yeah, I'm not as crazy as some of them guys. Like I have this little, it's a 124 scale that it's put out by Axial. It's a really decent little car, it's crawler. But there's a guy had one just similar, and I couldn't see that his was any more special than mine. But he had $1,500 tied up in that damn little thing for a 124 scale car, and I'm going, what the hell is wrong with that guy?
Well, how long is that?
Custom.
Inches long.
Ooh,
Customized. Does that sound right?
Huh?
It was customized, wasn't it?
yeah, it was very customized. Yeah. Like, what in the hell are those wheels made out of? Gold?
Hey, Ken.
Ken, where you been hiding, brother? I hear you're in Florida there, Ken.
Yeah, I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, this was
5.
my adventurous flight yesterday. This is my little 3-inch.
Hi, Laura. Jim, Lance.
Laura's not here, packing in.
I see her in the chat, David.
No, you don't. Packing in.
Ken's come back
Don't
with it.
encourage her. Please don't encourage her.
Come on, Andrew, turn around. Do what you know what you have to do.
I kind of got lucky where this little problem occurred.
You're lucky you almost
Watch.
hit.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you-
Yeah.
Here,
when
let's
you-
watch that part again. Here it comes. So I do a forward flip. Whee! And then it goes out of control.
Yeah.
That's where the battery strap broke. And the battery came off and was dragging the drone.
If the battery comes off unplugged, doesn't it just go? Just drop?
It didn't seem to unplug itself until it hit the ground. But it came dismounted from the drone because the strap broke. And the strap broke right where they freaking sew it. So
Because wasn't it when the first Avata came out, a few people said the battery fell out? And
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. There
In
was
this
some
case, cheapo AliExpress strap. That was the problem. Oh well. I
What do you need, a
nice,
rubber strap or what?
I went back to a nice leather strap that I had.
Leather?
Mm.
So how is it down under?
Actually, it's wet. Wet and rainy.
Oh, that's a
Other than
shame.
that, yeah, because I just jump on for half an hour and got another gig, another appointment to go to.
Laura.
Jody.
Doctor's appointments?
No, this pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Half and half.
Well, hopefully they're on time.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing. If you're late, they'll cancel your appointment and then charge you for a missed appointment. If they're late, who cares?
I've been in appointments and he's been late over an hour. I was sitting there waiting over an hour in the little room.
If our doctors are on time, the medics come in and check them over.
But they say be there about 15 minutes early, fill out paperwork. Well, there's never paperwork to fill out unless you're brand new.
Oh, hey, Kenny, I didn't see you in there. There you are. I just now got the chat brought up where I can see it over here. So,
Yeah, that's my problem.
hey, Jody. I'm a day late and a dollar short as
Hey.
usual.
Say, Joe, what's your take on that new system that is down near the Yucatan Peninsula?
That one's going away. That one's going away into Mexico. The one coming is going to be about the 20. I think it's the 20th. Is it somewhere the 21st, 22nd, something like that? Let's see. It's the 15th, 22nd, 20th. It's going to hit Florida.
I heard one of them might hit Florida according to Florida News.
The 20th is going to hit Florida. Coming right across Orlando again.
But the problem with that is on the east side of Florida, there's a high, and over Texas, there's a high.
It's got to turn.
So would it hit like Mobile?
Going to hit Florida.
Florida?
Got to go in between.
Going to come straight for you, Andrew.
I hope, I pray, I hope not.
I'll show you. It's
Gonna
got to
come
go right in
door
between.
behind you and knock on the glass and go, let me in.
You should see the feeds on Facebook of people yelling and screaming at Spectrum still.
So what do you think? That's the 20th. That's the 20th. That's 186 hours out, 192 hours going right into Florida.
Looks like, to me, it looks
That's like guys.
it looks like it's the right near the armpit of Florida.
Right above Tampa.
Oh no, not again.
Yep.
Oh my God, yeah, that's
Look.
What are the odds of two hurricanes in one season hitting direct on Tampa?
yeah, that's coming
Yep.
right across.
I am, Laura. Hello, Tim.
I still haven't been able to get hold of my aunt down there, so I'm hoping she's moved off somewhere with, because she got hit. They got hit both times.
Tampa, parts of Tampa aren't bad.
Watch, here it
that's
comes. Watch.
She's like in the Clearwater area.
Right there.
Oh, they're fine. They're fine. Only some minor damage.
Yeah, but she'd already had 20 inches of rain in her house from the first one.
It's coming.
Yeah. And then they had to evacuate for the second one, so. And
I'm ignoring your message, Laura.
Yeah, my cousin's in
Oh my
Lakeland,
God.
about 30 miles east.
M. Jackson. Wow, that's a name I
Let me
hadn't
just
seen.
make this clear.
Yeah.
Sympathy for you Americans. Because of your stupid storms that we're about to get a snowstorm. Pack it in.
David, didn't I tell you a few weeks ago I'm sorry for the hurricane?
Yeah, well, you know the snow I predicted. Yeah, we're getting it next week.
Okay.
Do you mean the one that was the second snowpocalypse?
The storm that hit Florida is causing havoc in the Arctic, and it spiraled round. And instead of hitting us from the west like it normally does, it's coming from the east.
And I've got to jump off, so I'll see you guys another time.
Okay.
All right, mate.
Stay dry and warm, Dominic.
I will. Bye bye.
Rain. He needs his rain jacket.
No, you know what's going to happen next week? One snowflake and the country's going to be paralyzed.
Takes more than a snowflake.
Well, I noticed
It's in the
like
UK.
when I was living in Kansas City, we were used to snow, and out there you get a snowflake or two on the ground, and it was like everybody panicked.
You do over here. One snowflake, the whole bloody country goes into meltdown. Yeah, when we get your winds,
I was driving my car around, and it was like snow on the road and whatever. And I got pulled over by the police, and the guy says, "I know you got a Michigan license plate, but over here, if you get any kind of snow at all, you get off the roads." I said, "Okay."
Wow.
What if you have A, a good car, B, good tires, and C, four-wheel drive or all-wheel
Doesn't
drive?
make any difference out there.
No, if that's what the rules are, if they tell you that the roads are closed, they're closed, or they tell you to stay off of them. Yeah. I got stuck in the mountains in Colorado, driving from Denver to back to Grand Junction, and they shut down one of the main passes, and I was in between the two. I was gone through the tunnel, and then before I could go up Vail Pass, which was the second one, they shut it down, and we all ended up sitting in an all-night cafe, drinking coffee, and waiting for them to finally plow it enough for us to get through.
Well, when you and Jody went to Colorado near Denver, a little west of there near the border, luckily you're not there. It's closed.
What's that?
The roads are closed to get out of Colorado into Arizona.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Snow.
Because of the snow?
Snow.
Yeah. Yeah, they get a lot of snow down in that area.
In the mountains, they were supposed to get 2 to 3 feet.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey Lloyd, where are you from? Where do you live?
Who, me?
Lance.
Yeah. Where do you live?
I live in Oklahoma now, but I
Oklahoma.
grew up in Colorado.
Gotcha. We're in Oklahoma.
Muskogee.
And so I'm not real familiar with that. I only know Norman, Oklahoma City.
Yeah,
Where are you from?
we're east of Oklahoma City. I live right on, more or less, right on about an hour from the Arkansas border, and Missouri's a little to the north of us, so we're considered green country, which is northeast Oklahoma. So
Okay. So like Tulsa-ish.
yeah, well, I'm 45-minute drive from Tulsa. Yeah.
Okay. My mom grew up in Colgate, which is I think directly east of Oklahoma City, about 2-3 hours. I don't know exactly,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
I don't know if you know where that is.
I do. As a matter of fact, I got a friend that lives in Oregon. That's where he grew up at, and his mother was there until she passed away.
Yeah.
But yeah, she lived in Colgate for a long time. So
My grandmother died. She was probably 95 or so, but she outlived my mom. In fact, she outlived a lot of her siblings. I mean, a lot of her children.
her children, yeah.
A lot of her children died before she did. And
Yeah.
wow.
My mom died, and then about 6 months later, my grandma finally passed away. But yeah, she lived in Colgate when she died. My mom lived in Oklahoma City at the time of her death.
Right. Yeah, I got a brother that lives up in Edmond, which is a little south of Oklahoma City, and my grandson lives up there too. So,
and actually, Edmonds is north. Edmonds is North Oklahoma City.
Is it? I just know I get on the highway and drive until I find it. So it could be.
Yeah.
So
and my brother lives in Edmonds. That's why I know that.
So Lance is an Oklahoman.
Well, my mom is, and I go down there. In fact, I just talked to my brother last night. He lives in Oklahoma City or Edmonds.
Edmonds, yeah.
And so we go down there once a year, maybe once every other year, just because my relatives still live down there. All my cousins and my brother moved down there, but we all grew up in Washington. And then when my brother was an adult, he moved to Oklahoma. And when my mom retired and my mom and dad retired, they moved back to Oklahoma. And that was in the mid 2000s. And so I go down once a year ish. And my brother's got a lake cabin somewhere north of Oklahoma City. I've never been to it, but yeah, so yeah.
Well, that's cool. Small world is funny when you find out. Yeah, it's like,
let's see, Lloyd's in Oklahoma. Lance used to be in Oklahoma.
Yeah, he lives in Washington.
He lives in Washington.
Used to be.
Or as I like to say, Washington with an R.
Washington, yep.
Yeah,
exactly.
Washington.
Yeah.
I've never been to Oklahoma.
Nope. Never been.
I spent 4 months in Lawton.
Yeah, especially in that part, especially on that side of Oklahoma, at Oklahoma City and all that. Yeah. Definitely red dirt. Yeah.
So my parents lived in Moore, which is just south of Oklahoma City. It's just it's a suburb. It touches Oklahoma City, and they lived just off of Tug McGraw Avenue or whatever they call it.
Okay.
Tug McGraw had a road named after him.
Yeah. They I was raised in Colorado, and then I went in the Air Force and ended up out in Arizona for about 7 years, and between Arizona and California back. And when my dad started getting older, he'd come down here for his sister's funeral. I guess he bought a piece of property while he was here from my cousin, and another cousin said, "I'll build a house for you if you ever want to move here." And he wasn't planning on it, but somebody offered him a lot of good money for the house they had. And so next thing I know, they're living down here. And when I got rid of my second mistake, the ugly wife, when I dumped her finally, yeah, she was ugly as hell. I was drunk though. That's my only, it's the only thing I could say.
Beer goggles on.
Yeah, I wore them for about a year and a half. And it's one of those that really, thank God she cheated on me. I had a reason to leave her then. So it's so I called up the folks and I wished my dad a happy birthday. I said, I need to talk to Mom. I said, can you get me a plane ticket tonight? I'm ready to leave here. And moved here and then met Judy. Well, actually, I'd seen her when I was about 6 years old. It was the first time I met her, and our families were around each other since back to Adam, and so I asked her out, and we were together. She passed away in March. We were together for almost 43 years. It would have been 43 years in July.
So
wow, that's a long time.
Okay, Lloyd, what's the key to the long, successful marriage?
2 words. Yes, dear.
Yeah, that's it.
So I'm on my 41st year with my wife.
Yeah.
But marriage wise, it's only been 37. We were together for 5 years before we got married.
Yeah. Well, and this was the third marriage for both Judy and I, because she'd been married twice before as well. And it was like, once we decided we were going to get married, we thought, well, our families know each other, and if we got divorced, they'd probably put a lot of people's noses out of joint. So we just said, we'll work through it, and we never had any problems once that's just the way it was. And I was her caretaker the last 10 years she was alive. And so, yeah, the big thing now is, because I've been doing this I took care of her for so long, was finding something for me to do, because I just wander around this big old house Just me and these two damn chihuahuas and this big fur rug dog here, that 150-pound dog that keeps getting in my way. But
And how long have you
any
been
other
living
way
in
then?
Oklahoma now?
how long have I been in Oklahoma?
Yeah.
40, let's see, I moved here in March. This last March was 43 years.
Wow. 43. Okay.
Yeah.
And
I've
I would
been
say my younger brother moved down there probably in the late 90s. No, early 90s. Early 90s. So what is that, about 30 years?
Yeah, about. Yeah, Don, you're right. That is the key to
Hi,
long.
Don.
Marry the perfect person and keep loving them when you figure out they aren't. Yeah, I never understood why my wife stayed with me. I mean, I was no catch in the beginning, but I will say this. I owe her my sobriety, so I guess that's a good thing. Told me,
She helped you get clean.
yeah, she told me real simple. I made an ass of myself one New Year's Eve with the family and stuff, and while I was bending over praying to the goddess of porcelain, she says, I didn't marry a damn drunk. So as soon as that courthouse opens up, I'm filing for divorce.
Oh, what do you got there, Joe?
Jambalaya and a pork chop.
Ooh. Pork chop sounds good.
Jambalaya sounds good.
Who wants to define Ken? He said, what is snow?
What is snow? It's really dry
Frozen
water.
You have to remember,
Cold,
Ken
dry
spent
water.
God knows how much time up in Minnesota. He knows what snow is.
And snow is what I get on my screen. Now, that's the thing about down here in Oklahoma is we get these friggin' ice storms, and oh my God, they take down power lines and trees and everything.
You get some snow during those ice storms, though.
Huh? Yeah, we get, but we usually get ice storms first, and then the snow on
I
top
have
of
to
it.
turn my heating on.
Yeah, it's
too early for heating.
But yeah, I think we're finally into fall weather. It's finally cooling off now, and
fall.
It's great here. I can finally fly.
Maybe
I'm not
2
worried about
degrees
my
tonight.
drones overheating.
It's going to be what tonight?
2 degrees.
All right. Well, that's 2
Hey
Celsius.
Google, what's 2 degrees in Fahrenheit?
about 34.
Degrees Celsius is 35.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
35.6.
That's cool.
It's not much.
Lloyd called it.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
close.
so I talked to my brother last night, and he said it's been 70 degrees down there in Oklahoma. You know, he says it's so warm down here right now.
Yeah, we got up to 70 here today, but we're getting down into the 40s at night. So now tomorrow we're getting rain coming in, so and it'll be like 68, and it's just
Yeah,
next
week
is nothing but rain.
Yeah, next week, if predictions are to be true, we're gonna max out at -1. That's daytime temperature, -1. Now that's where you're like, screw that, ain't going nowhere.
But Rod, isn't it a little cooler by now?
Here? Yeah, mid 80s. Low 80s.
Andrew, where do you live?
South Carolina, northern South Carolina.
And Rod's in Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like 30 minutes. I'm like 30 miles from the border of
Yeah.
North Carolina.
Okay.
Well, 40, but
Yeah, my youngest son lived right on the border of Georgia and South Carolina. I think he
Okay.
lived in South Carolina, but he worked in Georgia.
yeah, that's only a few minutes difference.
Yeah, he just drove across the state line, but he had to pay. He'd worked in both states at one point, so he had to pay taxes, income taxes to both of them at the time.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know who you pay taxes to if your house is in 2 different states.
No, where he worked. Well, I don't know.
It's
They
where
may
you,
not have-
the rules are it's where you work.
No, if your house is built and it's on,
Oh,
half of
yeah.
it is on the state line.
I don't know that I've ever heard. I don't know that I've ever heard of
I've
one.
never heard of anybody living on a state line.
Yeah.
I bet they have to choose. I bet the builder chooses which state it is.
Yeah.
You might guess.
I don't know. Or
'Cause
would
it's-
it be or would it be the surveyor?
Ultimately,
The
it's
surveyor.
the state that has to approve the lot. So
Have you got, I'm sure some of you guys, the older guys, have seen oh, what the hell was it? He's got won the Medal of Honor in World War One. Oh, what the hell was his name?
Audie Murphy?
No, World
No.
War One. That was World War Two.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, Sergeant. Gosh, shit. Anyways, the reason I'm even bringing that up is because he lived in Kentucky, and they had a bar right on the state line. On one side of it, they had a line painted right down the middle of the bar. So he'd come in from Kentucky, cross over that line, and could order a drink. That's
Just
how they
walk
got.
across the bar.
Yeah, just walk across. They had the bar on the other side of the line, and he just walked into the building and took a seat on that side. And
Or you put the glass down and just slide across the bar.
yeah, but so yeah, I mean, because like, well, we don't have it now. We don't have any dry counties in Oklahoma anymore. But when I moved here, you couldn't get a mixed drink here. You could go drink beer, but in a bar, you couldn't get a mixed drink unless you brought your own bottle of liquor.
And not only that, but the women could not carry their alcohol from one table to another.
Yep.
But if you want whiskey, go up to
The man
Kentucky
had to
and
carry
Tennessee.
the drink.
Yeah, if you wanted a mixed drink, you brought your own bottle, and they put your name on it, put it behind the counter, and then you went up and asked for let's say you're drinking rum and Coke. So they'd mix the Coke in with it, and they charge you $1 for mixing it and hand you your drink. But it was your own liquor that you were putting in it. Like that was the weirdest thing I ever heard of when I moved here. But like parts of New Mexico, they still got counties down there that are dry.
We've got a couple of weird places here on the English-Welsh border. There's nothing on the Scottish border, but between England and Wales, when we had lockdown, one pub, its door was in Wales, but its windows were in England. So the landlord was letting people through the window so they could go for a drink.
That works, yeah.
Yeah, and we've got a football ground where you take the throw in, you're in England, yeah, but once it crosses the white line, it's into Wales. So you're literally throwing the ball from England into Wales every time.
Oh, wow.
Hey Lloyd, I got a good one for you. You know the guy Pete is his last name is Hedges or something like this? Hegseth. He's a correspondent with Fox.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a bunch of shows on Fox.
Yeah. I know who he is.
Yeah, he was just named as defense secretary.
What?
Trump named him as defense secretary.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. He was special
Jobs for the
forces.
boys.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
It is-
I did.
It's
I was
his
waiting.
final. It's his final stint. He's going to have jobs for the boys.
Yeah,
He's
I
getting
hadn't even got that
somebody
up there.
that's been there, that's done that.
Yeah. I think from what I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let me see here.
Yeah, you'll know who he is. He got a show on Saturday night. He's on Saturday morning.
Yeah, okay.
Does he now have to give up that show? Now he's taking that role.
I
No,
guess so.
he's also picked John Ratcliffe as the head of the CIA, which was it was his former intel director. So
Mm-hmm.
wow. Boy, he ain't
He's shaking up the swamp.
oh man, he is. He's not messing around either.
They're gonna hit the ground running hard this time.
Yeah, yeah.
Are any of these shocking appointments, or are they all good?
Oh, and Mike Huckabee's going to Israel.
Yeah, I thought that was a good one.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
Wait,
The one
he's
I
sending
don't-
someone
the
to
one-
Israel.
The one I don't understand is Christy Nome from South Dakota being Homeland Security.
Oh, is that who he picked?
Yeah, I'm like, the governor of South Dakota? What the hell does she know about Homeland Security?
Well, probably more than most people do.
Well, she's a governor, so I'll give her that. She knows how to run a big government organization.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Homeland Security incorporates fucking half the agencies in the U.S. government.
Yeah, they need to shut that damn Homeland Security down and put it back to take each one of those groups. that are in-
CIA, FBI,
Yeah.
fucking everything we got is under Homeland Security.
Yeah, and they need to separate that because that was okay during 9/11. You know that was,
Mhm.
but they need to open it. You know, the idea is that they could all communicate. You know,
Yeah,
that-
because the 9/11, the agencies
Right, exactly,
weren't- there was
9/11.
no interagency anything.
yeah.
Anyways, Andrew, here's one for you. This is that little one that went down. But I was kind of doing a speed test here. Watch this thing go. Wow. It goes from 0 to fast in a hurry. This little bugger is a blast. I like this place. It's amazing how few people are ever here. I don't
Yeah,
get it.
you fly that a lot, and we don't hardly
Yeah.
ever see anybody out there.
Yeah, you like almost never see anybody. Now I went there Saturday, and Saturday there were a bunch of people showed up to play soccer out on the soccer field, but they have the fence locked, so everybody's got to climb over the damn fence to get in there, which I don't freaking get. Hello, this is a public
Is
park.
that a city lot or is that
City. Yeah, city. Port Orange.
Oh, Lee Zeldin's doing he's an EPA.
Anyways, you can tell when I push that thing. One, I start looking down in order so I don't wind up 5,000 feet in the air. But that thing is every bit as fast as my 5-inch Nazgul. They run virtually the same speed. And oh my God, if I put those 8-bladed props on this drone, it's probably gonna do like my Domain did and hit 100 plus. Because it's basically the same motors, smaller drone. Smaller props though, so. Yeah, I started doing this little dipsy do whatever over the trees. You'll see here in a little bit, I kind of do the same thing, but I cut back. Sort of dive in on the tree and go back to where I came from.
The hell are them dogs walking out?
Sometimes I go under those trees. That's fun to do. especially with the small drones. But I have to be careful because there's parking on the other end, and so somebody could show up and be walking under the trees
I'll be back in just a
that I
second.
didn't see.
Okay, Lloyd. Lloyd will be back.
Well, it's 4:30 here, and it's already getting dark.
Well, it's 7:30 here, and it's been dark for 2 hours.
Yeah, I hate this time of year. By the 21st of December, it'll be dark at 3 o'clock.
Yep.
Well, it's nearly 12:30 here, and we're still 7 hours away from daylight.
Anyways, Andrew, that is kind of cruising speed on this drone. This thing just loves to go fast, and you don't have to give it much throttle to make it go fast.
Which drone is this one, Rod?
So this one is called the Comanche. It's the frame is by some folks in Italy it's called Top Frames. So if you go to topframes.it, I got the frame itself from Pyrodrone out on the West Coast. But so it's a 3-inch 6S.
Oh, Rod, you know Andrew's not here anymore, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's okay. He can watch it
Because you say
another time.
You mentioned
Yeah,
it a
he
couple
was,
times.
and then he left, and yeah,
Yeah, that's
whatever.
Andrew for you. He doesn't say goodbye. He just goes, gone.
Yep, he comes in and he disappears.
We got Andrew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
And
it's a
then-
3-inch
and then what-
6S.
What kind of camera do you put on that?
It's the O3 air unit.
Okay.
I run all the DJI. Everything's DJI air unit for me. So I'll be able to put the O4 on it when it comes out with the way the mounting system works on this drone. In fact, all the drones I built.
I won't leave it alone. Man, I did something stupid today. I was getting out and I was getting ready to go into the store, and it was cool out when I went out earlier today. So I had on my leather bomber jacket. So I took it off and thought, well, I'll just toss it back in. When I did, I hit the door frame, and I mean, I just ripped a chunk out of my arm. Bled like a sick hog.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it's just, and
Sorry,
finally
Lloyd.
got it stopped.
Yeah, I have to go back to this. No disassemble.
But yeah, I did, man. I whacked it good.
Well, you'll understand this. As we get older, you got all these other whacks you go through every day. You whack this, you whack that.
Yeah, got them all. Yeah.
Guys, come on. I fell over yesterday and took a tooth out on the Hoover. I'm fine. Well, I've less of this old business.
Well, here you go, David. Ready?
Okay.
He can take all his teeth out.
Yeah, I did the same thing, David. That tooth right there.
The worst bit is, I didn't even know I'd done it yesterday until today when I came to eat my food. I was like, "Hey, fucking tooth missing."
I didn't even notice either.
What happened to the tooth? Did you swallow it?
It's on the table somewhere. I found it.
Oh, you found it. I thought maybe you'd have to go through your stool.
Yeah.
Thought the bird got it.
That'd be a real bite in the butt, wouldn't it?
Put it under your pint and the tooth fairy will leave you a $5. Won't you, Laura?
That's a good point.
No, I won't. He's having none of my money.
Hey, did you notice that how Mark is willing to spend your money, Laura?
You know what'll happen, don't you? I'll lift my pillow up, and there'll be £20 there. I'll be like, cool. And then
And
she'll
then
say,
look at your bank account, there'll be 20 pence.
no. Then I'll look at the bank account, and there'll be £30 missing. I'll be like, well, why is the £30 missing if you only put 20 there? Because, well, I get 50% of it as well. Not that.
Lady, your bedside manner sucks.
Lance, you suck.
Shut up, Lance.
Wait, oh, how do you know?
I know.
Try out.
Did you hear what she said there, Lance?
No.
I said when she said you suck, and I went, "How do you know?" She went, "Justin told me."
Oh my god.
He's not here to defend himself.
Yeah, exactly. Pack it in, Laura.
Don't pick on him there. He's not here.
Shut up,
Yeah.
Joe.
I pick
Shut
on him
up,
whether
Joe.
yeah.
You actually look at your voice note.
Hey, Lloyd, they were
The posh
listing his
accent.
accomplishments in the military. They said he's got 2 Bronze Stars. He went down the list. So the guy's a combat veteran.
Yeah.
So
Oh, he's
Special
picking-
Forces combat veteran.
He's definitely picking some good people for the most part.
Yeah. He
But,
picked somebody that's been there.
Yeah. One of the things he's really talking, that's one of the things he's wanting to do is clean out that
Well,
ideology. Yeah, the wokeness out of I heard that today. Because General Miley was just,
but he got to go.
yeah, God, he was too
If I-
sissified.
If he was a general while I was in, I probably would have got in trouble.
Oh yeah, I mean, you and me both. Yeah,
Rebels.
yeah, they.
American.
Yeah, I like the people that he's picking. They're America first type people, and that's
Yeah.
what we need.
Yep.
He raised your hand and say, "I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States."
From
Not,
enemy,
I'm going to be woke.
Yeah.
And don't
from
believe in the
enemies, both
Constitution.
foreign and domestic. Yep.
Yep. And a lot of domestic right now.
Yeah.
I have never found an American that does not believe in the Constitution. In fact, every American I've told to shut up says it's our amendment right to free speech. Right?
That's about the only thing they cling to.
Yeah.
I keep telling Joe, shut up.
But the problem is 98% of them don't actually understand that amendment.
Yep.
Hey guys,
It's not
I'm
free
calling it
speech against each other. It's free
Right, catch
speech
you later,
of the
Lance.
people
Okay,
versus
Lance, you have
the government.
Yeah, you have a good evening now.
Okay, Lance.
All
Take
right.
care.
Bye now.
Good talking with you.
But it's free speech against the government, not against each other.
Right.
This is true.
Everybody misinterprets that. It's like, no, it doesn't give you carte blanche to say whatever you want to your fucking neighbor.
That's why we have the Second Amendment, for people to get stupid with the First Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the right to
first
bear
one-
arms, right? The only
I've got
person
bear
I know
arms.
the only person I know that's got that right, yeah, is Ron. He has a pair of bear arms in his living room.
David. And I
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for Ron to be sitting there one night drinking his wine and not thinking about turning around and see that bear flip.
Pull out the gun and blast it.
That'd be funny. Or turn around and see that cheetah or something hanging down from the ceiling and jump.
forgets it's there.
The only thing I got to worry about here is when I step out of bed, if Loki's too close to the bed and I step on him.
Hold on.
As soon as I touch him, he goes, "Ah, rah, 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 rah."
I'll just say President Washington was correct.
Oh.
He's the one that said that political parties would be the end of this country. Probably right. And Thomas Jefferson. This is what I had to say about the whole January 6th kind of thing. Thomas Jefferson said, "A little revolution once in a while reminds the government who's actually in charge."
I got a point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So even
Wait,
Thomas
we now
Jefferson,
admitted it was a revolution, attempted revolution.
It wasn't even. It was a.
It
was,
wasn't
and he said,
anything.
go
Thought it was
and
a-
voice your
anything.
opinion.
I
It
thought
was
we was
this-
claiming it was a shindig at the White House.
And the stupid part is the security guys let them all in.
Yeah. There's a guided tour.
They didn't force their way in.
They
They
didn't force their
literally
way
did
in.
not force their way in.
Some did, not all of them. But I'm going to be honest, right? If I was on
Watching
that
CNN.
door and that baying mob turned up, I think I'd hold the door open and go, "Go free, carry on." I ain't gonna go up against no baying mob.
Well, you know what the key to all of this is? About 4 or 5 days before, he contacted Nancy Pelosi and said, "Do you want the National Guard?" And she said no. And she came back recently and said she made a mistake. She should have had it.
She said no and then blamed Trump. Just the same thing they've been doing the entire time. They cause it and then blame
Nope.
Trump.
Don't side eye me.
And Fix Stuff is here.
Hey, JDS.
He's up there balking and side eyeing me now.
You know, the great part is the immigration border problem is going to stop.
I think it might.
It is.
Yeah.
It is going to stop like really fucking quick because he's doing like he did the last time. He's told the
Well, you know, the
Mexicans,
border
either
agents-
you guys stop them coming across your border, or we're going to tear the hell
all
out
the
of
border
everything.
agents are ecstatic of the fact that Trump.
Oh,
got
yeah, yeah.
elected.
Right, listen.
Oh, yeah.
If he can't build that bloody wall in 8 years, right, there's a problem.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
see, here's the problem: is that Camilla had some of the border wall taken down.
Yeah.
That's all right. They're gonna get him back. They got him back.
anyways, Mexico will start stopping those people on their southern border and not let them all the way through.
Yes, Don, you're absolutely right. And that's
Because of
what
the
Rod
tariffs.
was saying.
This won't be an American problem anymore. It'll be
Right.
a Mexican problem. Hello, you're the ones that letting all those fuckers walk from Central America across your country to come
Yeah.
to us. Please stop it. We help you a lot, so please fucking stop this shit.
Well, they said the other day they had, what was it, 26,000 or something like this on the way, or 62,000, some crazy number.
It's
That was on the
stupid.
way, and when Trump won, the election won, they stopped, turned around.
The Mexicans, the Mexican government
Don't
could
go there.
stop this issue in a heartbeat.
Yeah, they did the first time.
They did
When
the
he
first
was in.
time because he threatened the exact same thing. And I guarantee you, this new lady who's in charge down there, she's gonna stop it. Guaranteed.
Every time I say to put you to bed, he points my head.
First Amendment doesn't restrict speech to
Okay.
anybody. It prevents the government from restricting the free speech we are implied to have. Yes, that's right, Don.
But it's meant to be against the government.
Go bed.
Well, yeah. I was,
So you can freely speak against the government, not necessarily your neighbor.
Yeah.
Wow, how much is scrutiny?
Well, the thing of it
You'd
is,
be able to
all
talk
of
against
these
the
other
government.
countries, the
Yes.
Central American and the South American countries, should be made to have their own borders strengthened.
Sure.
So you don't have
He'll
massive
work. He'll
people
work.
moving.
He'll work on that part too.
well, it's going to be an exciting first 100 days. I will say that much.
And,
It's gonna be good.
and here's the interesting part about that whole conversation. For the ones where they go, oh, but you know, they're truly being whatever, politically
yeah.
whatever. There's a system already in place to do this. They can literally walk into the American
Consulate.
embassy
Yeah.
and file the paperwork.
Yep.
They don't have to come all the way up. They can go to the embassy and file the freaking paperwork. There's a
Yep.
system in place to handle this. They
Yeah,
have to
but-
prove it.
But the cartels don't run it.
No.
Cartels don't mind because they're stripping everything they can off those people. Every last dime they got. So, anyways, for all of those bleeding hearts that go, oh, we already have a system. It's called go to our embassy and fill out the paperwork.
Yep.
Oh, that 22-year-old kid that was a Air National Guardsman that leaked the papers to
Yep.
Discord. Yeah, he got 15 years for that.
There you go.
The one I never understood was that Navy dude that took that picture on the submarine
Oh, yeah.
that they eviscerated. And it wasn't even a picture that even really showed anything.
Yeah, that guy got
That guy got raked over the coals, and he needed an Article 50. Don't do that again, and send him on his way. Not throw his ass in prison. Jesus.
Yeah, well, they could have just given an Article 15 or even what's the one?
Hello,
below?
look at the picture. Tell me that was some national secret. It wasn't. You wouldn't have known. Nobody would have.
Yeah.
It was it was in an area he shouldn't have done it. I get that. But really? Come on. Justice is supposed to be balanced. But yet Hillary could have her own damn email server and they do nothing about it.
Yep.
And that was a clear violation. They didn't do shit to her.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the point. A little lowly dude in the Navy, your ass is going to jail. You got political power. You got political power. You can do anything against the rules. Nobody's
Not
going to
just
enforce
political
it.
power. If you've got money.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, it's like John Fogerty says, he's not a fortunate son. It's just that song has he's no senator's son, so there's a lot of truth to that.
But I always thought that what they did to that kid was
that was
completely unfair.
Yeah.
Way, way overboard. Slap his hands, give him extra duty, tell him don't do it again, and don't put it in the national news.
Done.
Because
Your
the
alarm
picture
set for
was
8 a.m.
utterly harmless. And the other part of it is, it's not like the kid was trying to do it, right? It was a complete, utter mistake. It wasn't an intentional thing.
Yeah.
It was just him being stupid. Well, there's
JDS says, "What's
lots
up,
of those in
Joe?"
the military. Lots of young, stupid ones. They have to learn, like the rest of
JDS
us
said
did.
what?
He says, "Sup? What's up, Joe?" JDS in the chat.
Oh, is that can fix stuff? Is that JDS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize he'd changed his name.
Yeah, I said stuff to him.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna go fix my cup of coffee, gentlemen. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Well,
that sounds good.
Anybody want a coffee
building.
while I'm up? I'll get you guys some. I mean,
And
just
I
got
might
here behind me.
I have tea, milk, no sugar.
All right. Yeah, I got some tea in there.
None of your American flavored tea, just normal British tea.
English breakfast tea or Earl Grey?
English breakfast.
All right. Okay.
This one's going nowhere.
Nobody in England drinks Earl Grey.
Do what?
No,
Nobody in England drinks Earl Grey.
I can understand why. It's just I tried it, and every so often I'll get it, but every time I do, it's like, oh my god, it tastes like soaking rose petals in the water. It's just I don't know what they mix with it, but it's just not a good mix. I'm an English breakfast tea drinker myself. That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's probably more like our normal tea.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Yep. And I will speak to you all tomorrow evening.
Okay,
Yep. Hey,
David.
David.
You're calling it good night, huh?
Yeah, well, it is 1:45 in the morning.
Okay.
Out of trouble, David.
And someone's going to put these birds to bed.
Yeah, you have, haven't you?
Catch you later.
You talking about putting Laura to bed? What?
Shut
Shut up, Joe.
up, Joe.
Well, that's strange because it wasn't Joel that said it.
Oh.
He laughed.
Hi,
When I
Donald.
went to my dentist
Hi, Donald.
yesterday.
Why the hell are you people still on? It's almost 7 o'clock here.
Oh, you're all right.
Yep. Good night, Donald.
Good night.
Yeah, Paul, when I was leaving my dentist yesterday, they got the little cups, coffee cups, the
Yeah.
K-cups. I walked over there, grabbed 3 of them, walked out. I said, I
Rob?
got 3 cups. I don't have to worry about my coffee.
I want to correct you on First Amendment.
Okay.
You keep on treating it as if it's a positive right. It's not a positive right. And it's an implied right that you have free speech to talk about anybody you want to. It's not intended to be towards the government or towards the guy down the street. You have free speech. The government cannot restrict that free speech. That's what the First Amendment is. It's not giving you the right. It's just protecting the right that you're implied to have already.
Yeah,
It's a
but it
subtle-
was,
but
but
it's-
yeah, I get it, but it was mainly focused at saying crap against
Over
the
the
government.
years, it's changed its focus. Yeah.
Nope. It was intended. You
Yeah,
have
but
free speech
yeah, but
regardless.
what down what he's
Yeah,
talking
I
about.
I
is
got you. I get it.
perception.
I know what he's talking about. I'm just saying the way it was instituted was the rights to free speech was an implied given. You have that right, and we're going to restrict the government from taking that right away from you. That's what the First Amendment is. It's not giving you any right. It's restricting the government from restricting the right you already have innately.
Yeah, you have the right not to be charged for talking.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's how the protection is used because it's
they're not allowed
to protect you from the government, but it's not to give you the right to talk against the government. It's to protect you from the government from restricting that. But it also restricts the government from telling you you can't talk about the guy down the street.
Is that a business shirt, Don? Is that,
Yeah.
TV what?
I have no idea. It's a forklift company.
Oh, okay. TVNSC, I think it says.
Yeah, it's just a blackish
A logo.
shirt.
Okay.
How did ones go?
Good. I mean, got to see everybody, and that was nice.
Everybody glad to see you?
Uh-huh. There were hugs all the way around except for the new girl. I didn't hug her because I don't know her. I gave her an elbow bump.
I'm back.
Okay.
And David left, and I'm glad I didn't. I was out of tea anyways. I'm glad I didn't make him any.
So here's my little 2.5 inch joint. But you can see the trees in front of me. I finally got brave and went, okay, I'm gonna go dancing through the trees.
Come here, please.
You know, Lloyd, this time of year you can just go out to the backyard and get yourself some brown leaves and serve that for tea.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah.
And then
I don't know if
here's
David
that
knows the difference.
path under the trees.
Come here. Don't. Come here. Yeah. Come see. Hurry up. Come here. Come here. That's it.
So anyways, a little dance with the trees and a little 2.5 inch power loop.
Uh-oh.
It flies really well. Even with wind. This is my old Gep RC Cinelog 20
Oh yeah.
that I ripped all the parts out of to turn into a 2.5 inch. There you go. Down the path. This is fun to fly under. A little scary.
And now I remember who this guy is now. The
Oh,
Secretary
the
of
word
Defense.
one. Oh, that guy.
Yeah, Hegseth. Yeah.
Yeah.
I recognized him after I saw his, that's who I thought it was, but I wasn't for sure. I see him on Gutfields a lot too.
Oh, this is the. I made it through, but I disarmed. But I did make it. I did fly through this line. Chickened out at the last second.
So Lloyd, it's really great having you here.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I get something different to do now.
Yeah, well, you're welcome here anytime you like.
Well, I appreciate it. I really do, Paul. You guys make me feel at home. So I told you this morning I'd be back on this evening. I came in here and kind of sat down like, oh crap, the show started. So, but yeah, I don't have nothing better to do. Sit here or go in there and lay down and watch a bunch of YouTube videos or old John Wayne movies or something.
Yeah, or yeah, watch a movie. Yep.
Yep.
Well, you know
Michael.
What I've enjoyed is my Comcast allows me to free watch Pluto TV.
Yeah.
And I watch Star Trek.
Star Trek. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use Pluto for Star Trek too. What else do I watch?
Yeah, Star Trek. That's one with Luke Skywalker, right?
Yeah.
No, I do know the difference for anybody's. Yeah.
Well, there's the 3 different versions. There's Enterprise, there's Star Trek, and there's what's the third one?
Deep Space Nine.
Deep Space Nine.
Deep Space Nine. Yeah. Yeah.
Deep Space Nine is the best Star Trek show.
There's
Hands
about
down.
12 or 15 versions now, Paul.
Well, yeah, because now you got Strange New Worlds, Discovery.
Yeah, but
wasn't a
I
big
think
fan
Paul's
of.
talking about on Pluto.
And
on Pluto. Yeah. Yeah.
They've got the different channels that will play the series.
Oh,
And
okay.
So you can watch them back
I've
to
got
back to back.
Pluto. I need to go in there and check it out. So.
Yeah, you can go over there to the Western Channel. You can watch Gunsmoke episodes, and yeah, they have a Johnny Carson channel.
Yeah, because there's no charge. It's free.
Right. Right. Yeah. Matter of fact, sometimes the movies I pull up that I want to watch, that's where they're at is on Pluto, and so.
Yeah.
Because they do have some of the older stuff that I like to watch.
So the one thing with building, Paul, I
What's
now
that?
have the one thing with building, I now have an FPV store full of parts. Receivers, flight controllers, ESCs, GPSs, antennas. As I
You
said
made me
that
go
one
get a
time,
cup of coffee there, Lord.
all these electronics for those guys will break in an instant.
You gonna get you a cup of coffee, Joe?
No, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah.
I had my big Yeti mug full of coffee. Then I had 2 coffees at lunch. And
Now, do
ice
you
cream.
guys drink coffee black, or do you put something in it?
Cream and sugar.
I usually use like Italian sweet cream is all I add to mine.
I like my coffee like I like my women. Bitter with an ugly mug.
Yeah. Your wife not in the room?
She's heard me say that a million times. She's used to it.
Yeah.
My coffee with just a minimum amount of milk to change the color of it a bit.
Well, I
Rod,
buy
are you
that.
a coffee drinker too?
Yeah, I like coffee. I like good coffee.
Oh, I don't. I like bad coffee.
I've never been a coffee drinker ever. Last time I tasted coffee was when I was a teenager, and I just didn't like it, and that was it.
Yeah.
But you guys in the military, you know, take 5, have a coffee, you know.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's how you knew the lifers that were, you know, they
Yeah.
walk around with their finger was crooked from holding that mug
Yeah,
all those years. Yeah.
That and cigarettes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they used to issue you guys cigarettes, right?
Yep.
Never smoke.
Mind
You
you,
ever smoked? I wished I never smoked, but
at Christmas time, I change it. Instead of milk, I use Bailey.
oh well, yeah.
Absolutely perfect for putting in coffee, Bailey's.
I think it's Coffee Meat puts out that Italian sweet cream, and it's just really got a good flavor to it, and it's already got the sugar in it, so it's basically sugar and cream. So
Yeah.
I go get
and
the
I used
get
to
the
drink it
creamer from
black.
Walmart, the cheap one.
What'd you get
Works
from
for me.
Walmart?
So that's the big creamer they have, their brand.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
$5 for the big one.
Yeah.
I use that, and then I buy brown sugar, and I put a couple spoons of brown sugar in it instead of white sugar.
Oh,
I'm happy. Gets
Oh,
it
I
just sweet enough, and it's not the white sugar, you know.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
put sugar in it at all. I don't have sugar in anything.
What are you thinking about with those eyes? Oh, I said brown sugar. What?
Who?
I
Oh
said,
no, I'm
I said-
talking with Michael. I was chatting with
Okay.
Michael.
Yeah. When I was in the service, I drank it black. Oh my God. We flew into Louisiana in the middle of the night and down at Alexandria. And it was February, so it was rainy and it was nasty, and we'd come from Tucson and flew in there on a C-130 and was all so nobody had any coffee, and the hangar they were putting us all in to work out of. Well, somebody managed to find a big one of the big 24 pot, 36 pot coffee makers, you know, big coffee urns. And then, but there was no place open to get coffee, and we had to launch the aircraft first thing in dark 30, you know, and so one of the guys ran into town to the closest store they could find open and grabbed this stuff and came in. They made a big pot so that when they came in off the flight line, they'd have it ready.
Yeah.
Chicory.
Well, I came in and I filled my cup up just like I would a black coffee. And, oh my God.
I saw where it's coming, where it's going. He went and bought chicory.
They went and bought chicory, and it's like, and so
Answer the phone. It's Justin.
Bitter.
I went and watered down. I dumped half my cup out and put water in it, and it was still too damn strong. And I did that about 4 times.
Mhm.
And then I just sat back and I went and started digging to find out what kind of coffee they put in there. And I found the bag of chicory, and so I just sat there sipping on my little bit of coffee there while they were. How's the coffee? I said, a little strong, you know. You never saw more cups being spit out. I would just let them all do it. Like, oh
Chicory
my
is an
God,
acquired
that's
taste. A lot of people like to have a little bit of chicory in their coffee.
yeah, it's a little bit of chicory, but they made the whole damn
Whole
thing.
thing with chicory, yeah.
Pure chicory, yeah. Like, you know, like, and of course, you know, them lifers, they like that stuff strong and black anyway. So they put about 8 cups of chicory into that urn to, you know, it's like, oh my God.
But brewed it straight.
Yeah. Yeah. Just brewed it straight through and, you know, made it normal strength, which would, like I said, be, you know, nowadays it'd probably burn out my stomach, but, you know, but that stuff was, But I found out what they'd done, so I just sat back and waited for it. And
You
every
get-
time
you-
one of them,
You became an observer, right?
yes, and I just laughed my ass off. The first time I started laughing, what are you laughing at? I said, I thought you said this coffee is good. I said, it is if you dump most of it out and put a little bit of and fill it up with water. And
Yep.
one of the old sergeants says, well, I've drank some really bad stuff, but my God, I don't think I can drink any more of this.
Yep.
What the hell did you guys buy? And I said, you idiots bought chicory. That's what you bought.
Mm-hmm. But if you didn't have any coffee, chicory's a substitute, man.
It worked,
And you
we
can
kinda-
develop a taste for it.
Yeah, well, we kind of made it through the morning until somebody finally went
Got
over to
coffee?
the PX.
Chicory is actually worse when it starts to cool off. It's better when it's hot, and you're
Yeah.
drinking hot coffee. It doesn't cool off very well.
Yeah. Yeah, they finally got, everybody had one cup of it, and then they turned around and finally one of the E9 says, okay, I can't stomach this stuff anymore. It's just dump it out. I'm going over to PX to get us some damn coffee. Yeah, it was pretty nasty.
Now, if you like cream and sugar in your coffee, chicory might not be that bad.
Right. Yeah, I went down to Mexico one time, and I was used to drinking, again, I was in the service. I was used to drinking strong black coffee, and they told me to order cafe de leche. And I said, what's that? And I said, well, coffee milk. I said, oh, no, I drink it straight. And they said, sir, you really don't. Yeah, I drink it straight. So they gave me that stuff. Well, their coffee down there is like espresso. And so I got a full cup of that extra strong coffee, and like, whoa.
It's like Cuban coffee.
Yeah.
Well,
With all the brown sugar.
I've noticed the places that have real strong coffees, they got these little dinky cups they give them to you in,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're almost pure caffeine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does chicory have caffeine in it? I don't know. I think it does.
I put the link to the answer of that question in the chat.
Oh, did you? Okay. Then I'll just go check it out.
So these are the guys that made that 3-inch frame. Yeah. There's the 3-inch frame. But they got one common called the Predator. And it's only dark. He's got 2 dark pictures of this thing. But it's like,
no.
That thing looks pretty wicked. What I can see, that thing looks pretty wicked.
It looks like Let Me Google That For You is broken.
Oh, Google's broken. Heavens to Betsy.
No, Let Me Google That For You is broken.
They're just saying on the news that Trump's named Pete Hegseth Defense Secretary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about. The guy from Fox.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what his background is, but
Well, they showed pictures of him in military uniforms.
Yeah, no, he's oh, I just had that too. What happened to it? He's an
Depends on
Army
what he
veteran who served in Iraq and Afghanistan, has been an undergraduate degree from Princeton and a graduate degree from Harvard. So yeah.
in order to run the DoD, you got to be a good administrator.
Yeah. He's 44, so he's a younger guy. That's kind of nice that we're getting younger people running instead of them old gray-haired old fart generals that they keep getting.
Musk and Vivek are going to head the Department of Government Efficiency.
Who? Oh,
Musk and Vivek.
I hope that I hope they do that. So I like to see Musk in there cleaning house.
Mm-hmm. Come on, he cleaned house at Twitter.
Oh, that was so funny.
He
watching
walked
him.
in and fired like half of them.
Yeah.
And then used like 50 developers to get him to do what he wanted him to do.
Right, right.
Had it done in like 2 weeks.
Well, he walked in there with a kitchen sink, and he says, "I'm throwing out everything, including the kitchen sink." And when he walked in that day, he had a kitchen sink in his hand. Yeah,
Mhm.
Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk.
Yeah.
So, excellent.
Come on. We all know the federal government is too damn big. It's
Well,
part of
he's
the problem and part of the problem with corruption. When you consolidate power in one place, it makes it really easy to corrupt.
yeah.
All
Well,
those people have to go to 50 states to try to do it. It's a little harder.
yeah. Well, he's talking about he's going to go in there and start getting rid of a lot of the, give these people, you can go somewhere else to get a job. But
We need to-
the federal unions are saying, no, we're going to fight that. So we'll see.
Yeah, we need to do like local cities and stuff have done. Outsource. Competition between companies to provide the service.
Yeah, they're going to get rid of. They're supposed to be cutting.
Come on, government's the one company on the planet that has no competition. You wonder why it doesn't run well? Because it's got no competition to force it to run well.
Yeah.
Because it's competing against nobody.
Well, and hopefully that's what's going to, Musk and Ramaswamy will be able to clear some of that crap up.
The funny part of it is Obama's got all of his minions out saying that this whole thing isn't Obama's fault. It's purely on Biden.
It's what?
It's purely on this. The whole thing, the loss for the Democrats is on Biden, not on Obama.
Obama, yeah.
And the reality is, if you know anything about history, the federal government was only designed to do two things.
Protect the
National
country.
defense and sign treaties. That was it. That's the only power they were basically supposed to have. And the states were supposed to have everything else. This was the point. We need to get back to that. We need less federal government.
Well, the saddest part of it is there's a growing call out there amongst the Democrats to have Biden resign right away so that Camilla.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I saw all that crap.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I think it's kind of funny.
I think the American
Well, it
people.
is, yeah.
I think the American people already voted.
But it is what it is.
Yep.
Mm.
And we move on.
You got one senile one and one that doesn't know anything. So,
The more I watch our president walk around, it's like a little stick man,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's been out of it for a long time, but he's not the only one. He's not the first. The reality is we've actually had a woman president.
You talking about who's
Biden's wife.
No, Woodrow Wilson's.
Wilson, yeah.
Because he had that
Wilson
stroke.
had a
He had that stroke, and she basically ran the country for 2 years.
Yep.
Nobody knew it. So we've basically had a female president before.
But everybody says up until recently, Biden's wife has been calling the shots too.
Oh, I'm sure. As senile as he is, somebody is. It's sure as hell not him. Come on, we've all known people that have gotten in that condition. He's got enough brain power left to make really important decisions.
I think you guys are silly to think that the government can't run itself without the president.
Well, don't disagree.
Well, the president's main position is to steer the ship of state. not necessarily run the motors and everything.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
Provide the vision.
Yeah, no, it's like one time I was talking about the VA hospital because, they're they're not the greatest in the world. I said, personally, I wish they just shut down the VA hospitals and put all of us veterans on like Champier health insurance, good health insurance. And, as the head of dentistry said, she says, the problem is it's become a bureaucracy and it's like a self-aware entity now.
Mhm.
We couldn't dismantle it if we wanted to.
Right.
That's
You
the
know?
problem with a lot of federal stuff.
Well, guys, I think we've talked about it right into the ground.
Yeah, I think we've run everything to death now.
Yep.
Is that why my face is flat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, everybody. Hey, thanks for being here. We'll see all of you again in the morning. Lloyd, you're always welcome, my friend.
If I'm up that early, I'll certainly drop in.
Okay. Take care, everybody. Thanks for being here. We'll see you in the morning. Bye for now.
See y'all
See you
later.
tomorrow.